Welcome to event 15 of the 2021 World Series of Poker. My name is Jesse Fullen, and we are watching the $5,300 buy-in No Limit Hold'em High Roller. This event had 188 players. It's a freeze-out, no rebuys, 188 runners. We are down to the final 10. First place tonight is $253,800. Oh, and we're already, okay. We're looking at, oh my goodness, the sweat is real. Hold your breath. Okay, chop pot. You guys, this is huge. We're here for the high roller, the $5,300 buy-in bracelet event. Down to the final two tables. We've got some big names still in it. For instance, Martin Zamani. We've got Art Vandelay, that's Jonathan Dockler, gold bracelet winner. Joshua Ray. We've got John Riordan. Kings on Tilt, we don't know. Our other table, let's see, we've got Michael Holtz, Thomas Boyven, Justin Saliba. All right. Brock for the win. What's up, Jack in the Box Poker? What's up, Mr. Mihalik? I don't know how to pronounce your name, Kyle. What's up, Kyle? 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 It's about as good as I can do. Good evening. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, probably some other sites that we probably didn't give clearance to. All sorts of things. 10-handed. Up top, $253,800. What's up, head smashers? Good evening. You guys, I'm going to show you something real quick. Check this out. Special guest. Special guest. Can't tell you who it is. It's a secret. Shh. I got a special co-host tonight. It's like, hey, this is a big buying event. Who do I know that might be willing to jump in the booth and make this a fun night for everybody? Entertainment galore for y'all. For sure. I'm excited. Because I know who it is. Is it Disco Chad? Mayor Pete, it might be. Queens versus Ace 6. Queens are looking good. We're looking to fade the ace for Art Vandelay, and he does. Final table. Let me go ahead and send a quick message to Dion Legrand. All right. Now we just gotta wait and see which one is our final table. Boom. That's gonna be it. Easy cheesy. Mistimed. What's up, Superholic? Oh, we got that raid from Jeff Platt. Let's go. All right, let me go ahead and get that all ready. Boom. Bring in Mr. Platt.
Hello, sir.
Hello, hello.
Yo, yo, and hello. What is up? What is up?
Not a lot. A poker tournament, I guess. Some like big high roller freeze out thingy.
I'd say a fairly sizable buy-in. I mean, something that me and you could have easily jumped in and easily won. It would have been simple for us, but we'll let them have at it for $250K and a bracelet.
Yeah, I once owned a car that cost $5,000.
I'm sure you did. This is a believable story.
Yeah, right? Yeah, shocker,
Yeah.
shocker. I was wearing my run-up shirt. I am still wearing my run-up, my old work shirt. I was really rooting for my old boss, Jay Carver, but that was a close, deep run. So sick to see a deep run like that.
The OG out in 18th place. Yeah, hell of a run at it.
Yeah, no kidding. So the only people I don't know here, just in case you do, is Orkness Orca.
I do not. That's the one unknown that I have.
Gotcha. Then is it Patient Zero? Is that Jesse
Patient Zero. Yes, it is. Jesse Yaganuma.
Yaganuma? Cool, cool, cool. All right. Is there any big stories that you experienced with these players?
Um, I think for me, I'm most familiar now with McAllen 25, John Reardon, and Jay Saliba 2, Justin Saliba, because they showed up at the U.S. Poker Open and the Poker Go Cup, and they both came to play, and I think that they both belong with the live high rollers. So it's no surprise to me to see them doing well in this 5K online.
Gotcha. Very cool. Very cool. Well, you're off tomorrow. Hey.
Yes, I mean I would, Jesse. I would, deliver my expert advice and opinion on the PLO8 event, but I want to save those secrets for my benefit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, split pot games are split pot games. That's all I know is that it's a
Yep.
split pot game. So I'm excited.
Yep.
I'm excited. I'm going to yeah, I'm gonna definitely have some issues there, but it'll be a good time. It'll be
You're gonna
fun.
be great. You're gonna nail every single call. You aren't gonna make one mistake in this PLO8
I mean,
coverage.
if I
It's
do,
gonna be fantastic.
if I do, I'll just blame Cox Internet anyways. Let's say.
Yep. That's exactly what I
Yeah, the table lagged. I couldn't see it. Yeah.
did last year, even though it wasn't their fault, but that's a whole other story.
Yep, that's right.
Yep.
All right.
Exactly.
All right, my friend. Well, hey, thank you so much for the feature table broadcast. Have a nice evening. I will see you. What do we see each other on Sunday?
I think Saturday. I think I'll be.
Oh, Saturday. Okay.
All right, if you'll be here Saturday.
I'm so thrown off. We've been doing this every day, Jeff.
Yeah, what day is today?
For real. I have. It says Thursday. Okay. Yeah, it makes more sense. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll see you Saturday then. That sounds good.
Okay, sounds great. Have a great call tonight. Thank y'all for watching.
Thanks,
Much
buddy.
love.
See you
Y'all
later.
Bye.
Peace. All right. All right. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. Hello. Hello. Hey, guess what? Guess what? We got a special guest. Special guest. I'm excited. I took a shower for this. Are you guys ready? I guess I have to end the call with Jeff first. All right. Hello.
Hello,
How are you?
I am fine.
Good. I am fine as well. We are we've got a final table. And I'm gonna get that for you right now. Let's see. Bear with me a moment. Come on. Gotta turn off my camera and bring you over. There we go. And make you a little bit smaller. Can you see the table, Norman?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. It's already playing the way it was before.
Okay.
So if you,
What did you do to get me that
I think she found the grid button.
grid button?
Yeah.
Oh, right, grid button. There's the grid button.
Yeah.
I hit the grid button.
Hit the grid button.
So now,
Now there should be some options, and one will be the table. We're getting there.
oh wait, that looks like the table.
Yeah.
Right. How come now it went away?
So we're just getting started.
Okay. Hey Tony.
While Norman's getting everything ready, welcome everyone to event. Norman's mic can be turned up a little bit. I can do that.
I guess the table. Is it the grid button?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
There's a table, right? This is the table.
Yeah, that's right. When I hit that, it goes away.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't want to be there.
How's it going?
Still working on it.
All right. If-
Not doing.
I can try to turn it off and start it again if that helps. Not the call, just the table. Just
Yeah.
just in
try
case
it
you.
again.
Okay, I'll do that real quick. Let's see. Screen share. We want the table. Go live.
Okay, there you go. And yeah, can I make an option here to say, can you read this?
I'm gonna stop watching the extreme volume. No, it doesn't make it larger.
Okay. So you just want it larger though. Okay, I'm gonna try two things. Hold on. There you go. Tony to the rescue.
Tony,
Thank
you're amazing.
Okay, thank you. Please, you're in my God.
All right. Hey,
Here we
everybody.
go.
It's our friend Norman Chad with us this evening. Welcome, Norman. As a fantastic introduction, you may know Norman Chad from the World Series of Poker main event broadcast on ESPN. Welcome, Norman Chad.
It's great to be here. We seem to be far away from ESPN right now, but this is the final table of a Bracelet event.
That's right. Hey, at least it's a freeze out.
And it's a freeze out, which is a double benefit for me. And plus, I'm sorry, is Art? How come every other time I graze onto online streams this year, I see Brock Lesnar or Art Vandelay?
Right. These guys are they're just crushers. They're crushers.
heck?
We see a lot of bathroom line too. That's a Martin Zamani. So
Oh, yeah.
first thing we'll do real quick is we'll go around the table. If you see a gold tag, that's a gold bracelet winner. The white, we know their name. The purple is a mystery. So we don't know Orcanus Orca, who's our small blind. McCowan 25 is John Riordan. Patient 0 here is Jesse Yaganuma. Bathroom line is Martin Zamani. Jay Saliba is Justin Saliba. Art Vandelay is Jonathan Dockler. We've got Havana Club. This is Thomas Boyven. Brock Lesnar is Michael Holtz. And finally, Zeal 1906 is Joshua Ray. All right.
Yeah, as much as I like everybody here that I know, it is one of my constant complaints that would it kill these people to use their real name?
I mean,
I I guess I'm from another planet.
you know, I mean, I remember I read the Poker the Real Deal by Phil. Oh, there's so many Phils in poker. What was the gentleman's name who used to co-host or used to host the Celebrity Poker
Phil
Showdown?
Gordon.
Phil Gordon. Thank you.
Phil Gordon.
Yeah, yeah. So I read that was my first poker book I ever read, and he said like so many people like to guys will put names that are kind of like female. They're trying to trick people. So yeah, I mean it makes sense that people are trying to be deceitful, bluff with their names. King will be here for Zeal 1906. Going to double through Patient 0. Listen. There are certain things that we may not be able to discuss regarding the World Series of Poker that may still be up in the air and mysteries. I'm not going to ask questions, y'all, chat. If Norman wants to share things, he can, but we're not going to ask him to. So that's going to be as much as I'm going to say about that, as to what's happening in the future, because things are changing. But things change every day. Today we might have found out that the Rio is no longer going to be the home starting in 2022. Who knows? Did you hear about that?
Yeah, well, we already knew actually that the Rio was the last year of the Rio. As far as 2022 and beyond, and I saw the same report.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not, but most of the things I've heard over the years with the World Series of Poker have not been true.
Right.
This one might be different, but yeah, I don't know for sure where it is after this year. I know it's not the Rio after this year.
Right. Yeah. This property's been sold. They had a 2-year contract that started last year. Of course, last year didn't really count with COVID and everything, but yeah, this is going to be the final year of that contract.
There is an unusual rider on that contract. Wherever it does go, they will take the main men's bathroom from the Rio near the Amazon room to the new site.
Ooh, I mean, that's a pretty crazy stipulation, because that bathroom really sucks.
Yeah, it just gives you more character.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
the smell, the odor, the sticky floors. It just gives you more of the feel of the World Series of Poker. You don't want to lose, so that will go no matter where the World Series of Poker transfers to.
Speaking of bathrooms, Chad Holloway and I went on a tour of Paris and Bally's today. Just in case those rumors are correct, we went and got some footage, and he took pictures of the men's bathroom and posted them on Twitter. He's like, "Hey guys, check out this really cool bathroom." I'm like, Chad, what?
Well, that's
Yeah.
I mean, again, most investigative and journalists would not have thought of that.
No.
I got to give Chad the nod on that.
I would never have. I'm like, I'm trying the doors, try to see if we can get into the locked convention rooms. We finally found one that opened. That was kind of cool. But for the most part, I was like, I would never have thought of that. That was ingenious. And it was a big bathroom too. It was like, oh, okay, cool, Chad. Yeah, that's actually decent information.
When Bally's Paris opened, I forget how many years ago that is now. It could be more than 20 years ago.
Yeah.
They had a very it was high-minded, I guess, or well-intended. But every time you approached a gaming table, whether it was blackjack or roulette or craps, the dealer would greet you in French. It kind of got tired the second or third time, I would say. And they did it that for at least a few weeks. They might have done it for a few months.
Yeah.
But I don't want to ever hear bonjour again, and I have nothing against the word bonjour or the French, but that did not work for Bally's Paris.
No. Today, when we took some pictures, and I put this on the Poker News Twitter feed, I found there was one hallway that's really great with the convention space. It says like les conventions, like obviously they're French bullshit. And I went and translated the future home of WSOP into French. It's like maybe, oui, who knows? Yeah, good times. Social media, good times. Were you guys at the new convention area or just Bally's? No, Mayor Pete. We went to Paris first, and we walked through the convention area over there, and then we walked over to Bally's. It's a easy 5-minute walk between the two convention halls. It's so close. Chad and I were both shocked because we're so used to the Rio and those insanely long hallways. In reality, if that is the new home and you're able to park at Paris in the parking garage, you go down to the second floor. It's a 10 or 15 step distance to the convention hallway. And then from there to the Bally's convention area, it's literally a 5 or 6 minute walk. It's so easy.
Oh,
yeah.
That would be a lot more convenient than we have grown accustomed to.
Yeah, no kidding. Parking galore. I mean, with all the parking garages for both properties. Plus, there's a monorail that's connected to Bally's in Paris. So it feels like people are so confused, scared of it's on the strip. That means it's going to be so much traffic and so difficult to get to. No. There's easy ways to access. So, but again, all this is rumors. We don't know for sure. So just fun to, it's always fun, what if this is real? Let's go do some investigating. What's up, Zion Kid? 31 viewers. Yikes. Yeah, Zion, we just got started on YouTube, but we've got 400 plus over on Twitch. Feel free to join us. Twitch.tv/Poker News. That's where the hype is. YouTube, it's mostly VODs. We watch it later.
Without question, when I'm speaking here, I really direct most of my sensibilities towards the Twitch audience instead of the YouTube audience. It's just a personal bias. So I would tell people to go over to Twitch, and they will better be able to understand the analysis, the hand analysis for sure. And that's my recommendation.
Yeah, always. I'm with you there. All right.
How many did we have finally playing in this high roller?
We had 188. So it built a prize pool of 940,000, and up top is 253,000. This is a WSOP online event, so the pay jumps are pretty ridiculous. Ninth place is a decent used car. First place is a house. So
that's still a reasonably polarized range from a decent used car to a house.
Yep, 15,000 for ninth place, 250K for first place. I say a house. You live in California. It's not a house for you. That's like a.
In Southern California, no, it's not a house.
No,
that is correct. That is in many cases, that's a down payment for a home.
That's right, 10% down.
That's the home I live.
God, ridiculous. What's up, Kazi? What's everybody? Thank you guys so much. What's up, Clive Stone? What about the Facebook audience? Clive, listen, enjoy Facebook. If you want to join us on Twitch, you're welcome. I've got you a personal invite, Clive. Twitch.tv/Poker News. But yeah, Norman, Chad, and I are watching the table. The way I compare this, in case you're new to our channel, This is like watching the Super Bowl at your buddy's house, and you won't watch the commercials because you don't really have the attachments. Norman and I might place a little fun wager. I like to bet like a coffee or a beer or something like that on a player. Last night I won a 6-pack off of Ryan Lang. Uh, I picked the winner accidentally, like six left. So that was pretty.
Oh,
I know, right? Wow.
wow. And he'd been running good, so I can't believe you got the best of him.
Yeah, yeah. No kidding. Did you hear about how where he was when he won his second bracelet?
Oh, was this what he was he celebrating his anniversary?
Why?
Where was he? At Red Rock? Where was he?
Yeah, yeah. He was at Red Rock for his wife's birthday. So he had
Oh,
his iPad with him.
there's something about that is both incredibly uh, sweet or just indicative of the unusual nature of World Series of Poker online, and also incredibly bothersome to me. And I thought about last year when I was in Las Vegas during an online, and I was actually at the SW Steakhouse at the Wynn,
Oh.
and the guy next to me, next to our table, was playing an online event, and he was trying to cash. And he was trying to cash at the same time that he was, ordering, a ribeye with his sides, and just was concerned with the table that he was talking with, and he's playing online poker at the same time. Just something, because since it's the World Series of Poker and it's a bracelet, and supposedly the World Championship of Poker, just to see that, I just was shaking my head. But it's a different world. So the fact that Ryan would be celebrating his wife's birthday and blowing out candles at the same time that he's check raising his way to a bracelet,
Yeah.
there's something about that I just can't wrap my arms around.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's one thing. Did you see David Williams' posts last night on Twitter as well?
No, what did David
Oh,
post?
David finished second last night in event number 14. Exact same thing. He was at Resorts World. You should definitely check out his Twitter feed, because oh my goodness, he was out for dinner with all these like well dressed couples he was with, and they took all these group shots, and he was staring at his computer the whole time. Or they've got a picture of everybody at the table, a wide shot, and there's David at the very end of the table, and he'll take that picture and tweet out saying just doubled up. And then he once dinner was over, he went out for drinks with Ms. Rocky. And, it was just great. It was just great.
Well, all that is unique to our game. There is no equivalent anywhere else in any type of game or sport to what you just described.
Right?
To our betterment or to our detriment, but it definitely is unique.
Yeah, yeah. There's no other sport.
Ryan, I was glad to see Ryan again. It's nice. We have so many first time bracelet winners online last year and this year, and it is nice also to see a Ryan Lang or Brian Pasholi winning a second bracelet. It's just great for World Series history and the legacy to see guys piling up some more bracelets.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would have loved to see Williams win his second bracelet. That would have been a lot of fun last night, especially with all the energy behind him. I mean, everybody was just so excited with all his tweets, everything. It was so much fun. But deep run, unfortunate. Hopefully, we'll see another deep run of him this month. Kobizzle, how many are left? This is the final table. These are the final 9. Ninth place is guaranteed 15,980. The payouts are on the screen, but also you can go to use the command !payouts or !coverage to get more information off of Poker News, where we are covering this event in great detail. Jam from the small blind here. We'll take it down. All right. So, anything new in the Chad household? Anything new in Norman Chad's world?
Well, a lot of that, to be honest with you, Jesse, is proprietary information.
Son of a bitch.
So, I mean, I was at dinner earlier and I did have a couple glasses of wine. So I know you're trying to just, poke at the weaknesses and think that I'm just going to be a flood of information because of the wine. The wine was only 13% alcohol. Sometimes it's 14 or 15% now. So I don't think that's going to work with me. So, I don't think you're going to be able to hear about, anything I've been doing with Cubans looking for democracy. You're not going to hear anything I've been doing with the Russians who are trying to hack our system again. You're not going to hear about my plan next week to stop Jeff Bezos from going into space. And of course, if he gets into space, my plan to stop him from coming back to Earth. You're not going to get any of that tonight.
We have to try. I mean, you can't fault me for trying, right?
No, I can't fault you for trying.
Yeah.
I am playing tomorrow in the online event.
Let's go.
As we have our only split pot event of the Las Vegas, of the Nevada, New Jersey series, the PLO8. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to, these field sizes. We sometimes forget what a strong foundation poker has, because you look at the field sizes we have, and we're only dealing with New Jersey and Nevada.
Right.
So we're only dealing literally whatever, it's like 3% of the population of the U.S. Just imagine these field sizes we've seen from the earlier no limit events. If you just added California, Pennsylvania, New York, or you added Texas, Florida, and the state of Washington, and of course you've added the whole country, these field sizes would be insane. So that's how a great foundation that poker still has right now, despite all the blows it's taken to the head, despite Black Friday and all that. These online field sizes as we go forward, Jesse, over the next few years, both here and of course around the world, are just going to be unbelievable numbers.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I mean, it's so obvious. You're absolutely right. I mean, when you think about the live series and like the number of players for like a 10K or a 50K, something like that, like, yeah, it's comparable to these, like this $5,000 188 players. That's similar to a midweek 10K or something like that. Oh, we got some big action here. Let's pause our pleasantries for a moment. Brock Lesnar in middle position raises to 30,750, a little over the min, but all right. Easy game. McCown takes it down. Easy game. Hey, if you'll do me a big favor tomorrow, Norman, if you'll please register as late as you can. I'm covering the feature tables, and I want to make sure I can get you on one of my tables, but I don't want you to bust out beforehand.
I appreciate that's both a sweet on your part and obviously a lack of confidence in me on your part by telling me to register as late as possible. Yeah, I actually will register probably a half hour to an hour late.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I would like to, and by the way, I register under the, if you want to write this down, I register under the name Norman Chad.
Oh.
And
how do you spell that?
It's with one D in Chad.
Okay.
And it's probably me. So, and I will be at my lucky spot, just by accident from last year. I will be at State Line, Nevada, at the fabulous Prim Casino and Resort at State Line between California and Nevada, along Interstate 15. And so that's where I'll be playing.
I mean, you could drive the extra, 20 minutes so that we could, have a meal together. But I hear you just really don't want to see me, so that's okay.
That's not. I wouldn't say that's an overriding factor. I'll admit there's no desire to see you, but and it's not 20 minutes. It's more like 30 to 40 minutes, probably 30 minutes. But there's something quaint, and there's something quirky about being at State Line. And I love the fact that I can literally step out of my room and I can walk 12 feet to the right, and I'm no longer legal to play a Bracelet event. And I walk 12 to the left, and I can final table the darn thing.
Right.
So there's something pretty cool about that. And it's also there's not a lot of restaurants there. Last year, my stablemate who got knocked out before me, the first time we played, he went to McDonald's and brought it back to the hotel room for me. And then the second time we played, he upgraded me and went to the other fast food on the property, Carl's Jr.
Whoa.
To give me energy to make a run. So it's a very quirky place to play when you're at Prim.
Speaking of Carl's Jr., have you seen the commercial starring Phil Hellmuth for Carl's Jr.?
Is Carl? It's a new commercial?
No. The one that's yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm as old as dirt. Yeah, I remember I remember when Phil Hellmuth was on the can Old Milwaukee's Best cans.
Oh,
so
God.
yeah, I remember the Phil Hellmuth commercial, and it was actually easier to watch than watching him, work out in the gym yesterday, as you tweeted out, and as Chad tweeted out, shots of him doing his little weight lifts.
Oh man, when Chad Holloway says, "Hey Jesse, what are you doing today?" Like, work. Why? We're gonna go to the gym with Phil Hellmuth. Like, oh, okay. You just, you drop what you're doing. Like,
I would drop what I'm doing too. By the way, anytime you're within arm's length of Phil Hellmuth is actually an interesting day. So it's kind of hard to say no. if someone makes that offer to you.
Right? Yeah, it was. He was so. I mean, honestly, not to not to, but God, Norman, it was so much fun. Like we got an all in here from the big blind from Brock Lesnar. First action was a button raise for the minimum by Art Vandelay. Havana Club in the small blind kicked up to 95K, and Brock Lesnar
Oh,
is. We got a call, a flat
yeah,
from
we're gonna
Art Vandelay.
cards. Not much behind for Havana Club.
Right? Yeah, he's got 2/3 of his stack invested nearly. I mean, the pay jumps are definitely something, but for a 5K buy-in, I don't think that's what you should be concerned with. Ninth place, 15,980. Eighth place, a 7K pay jump, 22,560. Aces versus nines, come on. Brock doesn't even, yeah, only a nine, no queen help. That's a Broadway. Art Vandelay will score the knockout up to 1.5 million. All right.
That would make him the chip leader if he wasn't before that hand.
Yeah, absolutely. Just let me make sure I've got this correct. One moment, y'all.
You know, it's nice to have 100 bigs at a final table.
Yeah. For a gold bracelet, absolutely.
I can
Yeah.
tell you,
Yeah.
it's a good feeling.
It would be.
So
It would be a nice feeling. Let's see. What's up, really, Hector? Hey, Jesse, you used to play in Houston at NPPL? That's right, buddy. I did, Hector. National Pub Poker League at the Tavern on West Gray. That tens versus kings here. Oh, king on the flop puts it away for Zeal. Art Vandelay got all these new chips and then just shared them with the world.
he no longer has 100 big blinds, but he's still the chip leader and is still very, very, very healthy.
Yep. Yep, absolutely. Hey, Norman, would you do me a quick favor? My buddy Jimmy Bluffett, our moderator actually in chat, who's making sure no one disrespects you. He's really firing. He's blocking people left and right. Today's his birthday. Would you be so kind as to wish Jimmy a little happy birthday? Happy birthday, Jimmy, by the way.
Yeah, Jimmy, who I don't think I've ever met. I've met him through chat over the last couple of years. I wish him a happy birthday. I didn't realize he was the moderator here.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure he's a great moderator. And as far as I can't see the chat.
Better. It's better that way.
It's always better that way.
Yeah. I'll read you the good stuff. I promise.
Yeah, I don't. That's another reason I don't even have mirrors in my home. It's just better to walk around in complete ignorance is bliss. So yeah, I can take the disrespect in the chat.
Oh, the 6 on the river here. Sorry, Art Vandelay knocks out Havana Club, our next shortest stack.
That was a brutal river.
Yeah, pocket
What the heck
threes,
was that?
flop the boat. 6
That wasn't right.
falls out and just there you go. That was not right. But yeah. Yeah, Jimmy Bluffett, happy birthday, buddy. Thank you so much.
Yeah, happy birthday, Jimmy.
Paul on YouTube, great question. How are you, Norman Chad? I like it. I mean, hey, we have we do have a very kind audience. I must say, we do have a very gentle, kind audience.
I was probably better in the mid 1980s than I am today, but I'm doing pretty well. The 80s got a lot of disrespect, even music-wise and otherwise. There was a lot of great movies and TV in the 70s, but yeah, I was better off in the 80s. But I think the 2020s are gonna kick in a real good fashion within the next 3 to 4 years. It better happen.
There you go.
I'm patient.
It's good to be patient. We got some action here. Our unknown Mr. or Mrs. Orca in late position opened to 28,000, the minimum. Small blind folds around the course to Martin Zamani in the big blind bathroom line. Speaking of the bathroom at the Rio, bathroom line, who kicks it up to 111,000, about 1/5 of Zamani's chip stack. Oh, James the Bear. I'll do you one better. Instead of how is Norman Chad, how about why is Norman Chad? That's another fantastic question from chat.
That's a little more existential.
That is.
And I went to the University of Maryland. We really don't. We just deal in. I'm pretty good with vending machines. Pretty good with parking meters. But why is Norman Chad? I don't think I can answer that.
Yeah, and yeah, absolutely. It's too much. So I was telling you before, and by the way, hey Sparky, I did see you in chat. I'm sorry. You got a lot to do. You got a $5,000 buy-in gold bracelet event, freeze out table that Norman and I are watching. We're catching up. Norman's told me very often, don't call me, don't talk to me. So when I get to, I just have so much to dump on the guy. So you know how it goes. So yeah, Norman, with Phil, it was great. I went by the Gamblers General Store. Have you been there before, downtown?
Yes, many, many times. I haven't been there for at least 5 years, but I've been there many, many times.
And there's a second one across the street. Is it like Spinetti's, or is that?
Right across the street from the Gamblers
Yeah.
General Store?
Yeah,
Yeah. I forget what the
Spinelli's
name
or
of that
Spinetti's.
is.
It's something like that. So
Yeah.
so yesterday, Chad Hallway and I went to both locations, and we got some WSOP decks. Things were given away in these broadcasts this month. But then we went to the other store, Spinetti's, and my God, we found this. We found this like 1995 poker magazine for $1 that Phil was on the cover of. Found like all these other fun stuff, game used, WSOP cards, and card protectors. And I took all this stuff, and I was like, maybe he'll sign one or two things. He signed 16 things for me. With just like, yeah, just tell me what you want me to do. And then he was like, all right, let's go down to the gym, let's sit here. He gave us a tour of his suite, which was hilarious. And then another really fun moment, he folds ace jack in the hallway of the aria. And I just quickly asked him, hey, how about that hand with Negreanu on high stakes duel where you folded ace jack suited? It was a pretty big deal. And he just stops right in his footsteps and for like 3 or 4 minutes just completely breaks it down. It was Queen 4 here, was really good for Jay Saliba. My goodness. What did Zamani have? Maybe an ace. Anyways.
Well, you just pointed out a couple of great aspects about Phil. Just the first thing that you mentioned, that he didn't hesitate to sign whatever you needed. You asked him to sign.
Yeah.
Which is just, and he's great with charity. So that's the part about Phil that I think people sometimes overlook because we think of the poker brat and all the crap I give him for being the poker brat on the table when he's just out of control. But away from the table, he is a sweetheart and he's great with charity and he's great with his time. And then what you just mentioned, the second thing is to be able to break down just out of nowhere, just to tell you why he folded ace jack suited, which he took a ton of grief for.
Oh yeah.
He plays a different type of game and he has an explanation for it. And they can continue to throw, the darts and arrows at him. And it doesn't matter. He's comfortable in his own skin. He's as comfortable in his own skin as any poker player I've ever met.
Yeah.
And I just don't, as a poker player, just as a person. I mean, Phil just loves being Phil Hellmuth more than any other. I don't like being Norman Chad most of the time. Jesse, I know you like being Jesse a lot of the time, but not all the time.
Not
Phil is very happy with being Phil 100%.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, everybody. If you're just getting in, we are watching event number 15 of the 2021 World Series of Poker. This is a $5,300 buy-in, no limit hold'em high roller. This is the final table. 7 players remain. Just to go over this real quickly, in 9th place was Brock Lesnar. That was Michael Holtz, who finished for $15,980. 8th place finisher was Havana. That was Thomas Boyven, finished for $22,560. At this moment, with 7 left, players are guaranteed $35,720. Our top prize is $253K. Boom. If you have questions for Norman Chad, I'm watching Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. I'll do my best to cover it all. Any giveaway tonight, Jesse? The giveaway is the President's Norman Chad. Honestly, it was getting all this stuff ready. It took a lot of my time. We'll have more giveaways this week, I promise. Tomorrow night we will. But tonight, no giveaway plan. Just hanging out with Norman Chad, talking to him, and yeah. And that's it. Actually, real quick, Norman, we should. Are you okay with placing a little fun prop bet on this? A little side bet, rather?
Sure. If I mean, I don't like to enable or encourage your degen habits, but I also like to be friendly to you. So yeah, what type of prop bet you're looking at, sir?
How about next time we have the opportunity to have dinner together, whoever wins this doesn't have to pay.
Okay.
So at this point, we'll just pick a player from this. Any of the remaining 6 players, and I'll pick after you, and we'll see who has the better luck.
And this is whoever goes deeper.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to win.
Yeah, exactly.
Just whoever goes deeper.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
and
we'll throw out.
dinner like at Roma Deli or someplace not too psycho.
No,
Don't yeah.
I don't go. I'm not with the cool kids and the next gen and all that who's got to eat at the highest level strip properties. I usually
Yeah.
do not do that. But yes, it would be something like Roma Deli or that equivalent. Yeah, that's fine.
Smooth.
Okay, so I got to pick somebody, and then you'll pick somebody.
Correct. That's right.
Okay. Well, I haven't, in watching the play here, I have noticed virtually nothing that gives me any information.
Yeah.
It gives
Yeah.
me sometimes bad I like the way Zeal 1906 is pushing around his chips. Or I like the way Payouts is playing position really well.
Oh yeah.
I have noticed none of that so far. So I am going to go with the player right between the two guys that I know, Bathroom Line and Art Vandelay, and go with Jay Saliba too.
All right. All right. Good pick. I like it. Let's see. We can't pick Art Vandelay, obviously chip leader. Orca
Yeah.
is an unknown, has the second biggest stack, and that just feels like it's cheap. You know what? I'll take the closest. Oh no, but that's the seat that Cold War was in last night, and that one won. I don't want to pick the same seat. How about?
Okay.
All right.
So that's reasonable. And he's still over 25 bigs. So we only have one really short stack right now, or relatively short stack. Only one person under 20 bigs. So yeah, it's still anybody's game.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got Mr. Zumani,
Correct.
Bathroom, and I have Jay Saliba too.
Good
So now
luck.
I let my assistant go early tonight. Otherwise, they would be vetting me all the information I need to know about Jay Saliba. Because I hate to bet on a horse in which I don't know how they run.
Oh, for sure.
So,
Yeah, gotta do your research.
he's running a little here in the blind versus blind.
Yeah, definitely putting a little pressure on.
He's putting pressure on the chip leader to his left, the guy who can bust him.
Oh,
And it's over.
hey, good pick with the Jay Saliba. Shit, jeez.
He might be cheap speed. I don't want him to be cheap speed, but steady as it goes. And we hope. Actually, he's probably third or fourth in chips at this table right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see who goes best.
Not too bad. Let's see. Toddly Reed on Twitch says, "Hey, are you and Lon friends?"
Only as much as the court orders us to be friends. I've always gone along with Lon. I met him when we first did the World Series, the Chris Moneymaker year. We get along quite well. So we don't see each other a lot outside the World Series. We live in different parts of California. But when we're doing the World Series, when we're doing post-production, we have had, untold amount of meals. It's in three figures. So it's not dozens and dozens of meals together. It's hundreds of meals together now over the last 17 years.
That's awesome. Charles King on Facebook says, Norman, what is the biggest difference in play from these new school players compared to the old school?
Well, first of all, just as has happened in all of sports, just the analytics alone. So just everything that goes into GTO and beyond, the use of those numbers, the use of the solvers, the where they've taken the game to another level in terms of figuring it out. Almost like you're playing against a computer when you're playing against the new school guys. The old school guys, particularly again pre-online, are dealing a lot more on reads and instinct, and so that is their advantage. That advantage, of course, is completely dissipated when you're playing online, and then when you're playing live, they have that advantage back, but they're again dealing with these autotrons who just are pushing the right buttons even live, and that makes it tough to beat. But that's the big difference between the two. You're still talking about an old school guy who is depending a lot more on reads and instinct and mathematics, and the new school, of course, is just ABC numbers.
There you go. Let's see. Really quick for XYZ. Yeah, it's just suburban internet has been giving us a few issues, so we lowered the output to make sure we wouldn't have as many issues tonight as we did last night. Last night, Norman, we were having issues galore. The stream kept dropping, and we had to finally come back on and get rid of YouTube and Facebook entirely. But tonight everything's looking great. The stream is holding, and I'm not worried. So things are very, very good and easy. Sorry about that, XYZ. NCS Lionheart. Jesse, can you ask Norman to say, and he is whamboozled on the next person who gets knocked out? No, I'm sorry, NCS Lionheart. I would never cheapen Norman Chad to a little bit like that. So I will not be asking him to do anything of that like. But thank you for your comment. I appreciate you, buddy. You're in the chat every night. Thank you for your coming back every night. But hell no, I'm not going to do that to Norman Chad.
Yeah, we hate to cheapen. It should come naturally. Come organically. And I used to do it seemingly naturally and organically, even when we were doing it on tape, which would seem not to be naturally and organically then, because we know what's going to happen. But that's just the way it rolled.
Yep. Sorry, you just got whamboozled. There you go. I gave it to you, Lionheart. That's close enough.
Thank you, Jez. That was well done.
Hey, that's like one of the nicest things you ever said to me. Jeez.
By the way, the whatever genesis or history of that word, it would have been done mostly, since we were doing it on the tape shows earlier, it would have been used mostly before the person. And now Mike Matiso needs a 9 or a 9 only, or he is the word.
The word.
So I would usually actually use it just before a potential knockout, then after the knockout, just as the way just the way it used to play.
Yep, sure. Man alive. Jesse, I'll be very impressed if you were actually able to remember all of your prop bets over this month. Oh, Paradox. I'm either paying immediately or, trust me, if I owe Norman Chad dinner, he'll make sure I remember. Don't worry. Likewise, too. If he owes me dinner, he will get an email or 2, a text message or 3, a tweet with his tag or 4. So don't you worry.
It just reminded me, I have owed Alan Kessler lunch or dinner.
Oh no.
For about 12 years. I wish, because it comes up a lot, I just wish that I could pay it off so I don't have to hear about it anymore. He did me not really a favor, but he gave me some poker counsel when I was short stacked at a World Series event we were in. And it might have been like a stud 8, Omaha 8 thing, or a horse thing. And he was telling me what to do, when I was that short stacked. I should wait for the next game because of this reason or that reason with that amount of chips. It was very nice to him. I can't remember what the piece of advice was, but he told me, I guess I promised him, or he told me I should give him a meal after that. And I thought that was reasonable. And I just haven't given him the meal yet. It's hard to, it's hard to get him away from a video poker machine. So I'm not going to bring the food over to the video poker machine.
No, absolutely not. Let's see. Toddly Reed says, Norman Chad, I'm getting married. Any advice? Yikes.
Yeah, good luck if you indeed get married. Good luck. The other option always is, I know they don't do this as much now with the vows, but the old time in the movies and TV, is there's anybody here, who knows the reason why these two people should not be blah blah. You want to hire somebody to actually answer that question, yes, and just stop the wedding ceremony before it gets too late. So again, good luck if you get married. Otherwise, get somebody who essentially is like a wedding crasher, and actually stops the I do's before they happen.
Marital advice from Norman Chad. Complimentary
also,
this evening. Yes.
Yeah, the other thing is, I would say, and don't get too cocky early. The first 3 to 6 months is like a walk in the park, and then it really gets into the nitty gritty after the 6-month mark. It depends on the marriage, but after the 6-month mark, you got to really start working on it. And even if you work on it, you got about almost a 50% chance of it not surviving. But yeah, don't get fooled by the extended honeymoon that you might have.
Always positive. Norman Chad. There was another question. What was it? This one, I'm going to read it, Talbender, because you're in chat quite often, and I want to respect the longtime viewers, first-time questionnaires. But I don't expect Norman Chad to grace you with a real answer. Hey, Jesse, can you ask Norm? First, he says Norm. It's Norman. It's Norman. How much money he made during the WSOP video game? I don't even know how to answer that question. I don't know what does that mean?
Which one I made during the WSOP video game.
Yeah. Was there a video
I'm not
game
sure
that had like your voice or anything? That maybe?
there's been different. Uh, yeah, I mean, early on in the TV boom, Activision did and Phil Hellmuth came into it on I think the second or third year. Lon and I were the voices for various seasons. He did the first. I think we both did the second and the third. So there was an Activision video game branded by the WSOP back in like 05, 06. There's now a game that Lon and I do, which is a WSOP branded game through Playtika, a fabulous video game company out of Israel. That Lon and I do the voices, and actually now they I think we've seen on it too. They have a poker academy as well on Playtika. It's a great site to go to. It's it's free poker, and there's just a lot of cool stuff about it. The question is how much I made doing those.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know the exact figure. I'm not going to give that out. All I can say is I'm almost certain I made more than Lon.
Hey-oh, there you go. Better.
That's all I can say.
I like it. I like it. There you go.
By the way, I wish Jesse. I wish it was like like Madden, and there's NBA 2K and all the Madden stuff. Those stuff is like just multi-million-dollar sellers. I mean, those guys.
Oh
make
yeah.
$1 billion. We don't make even whatever. There's no gazillion. There's no zillion. There's no illion. There's no un. This is a different animal. It doesn't have the same breadth and width of John Madden and NBA 2K and all that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But speaking of which, when you say that you definitely made more than Lon, which I 100% would believe, even though I know you're joking. That's me too. Like, I'm always trying to not manipulate, but just feel things out a little bit. How about that? That's a better way to say it. Today I went out with Chad Holloway and we went to a little. He's a big comic book guy, okay, and he loves statues and all that stuff. He purchased a used Iron Man statue from a location that had, it's not like it's brand new, and I would have 100% been like, "What can we do on this? Let's find a figure that we're both happy with." But he was like, "How much is it? Okay, here's the money." I'm like, "What in God's?" Like, I just don't understand. And so hearing that about Lon, I'm like, Lon's probably the same way. Lon's probably like, okay. And Norman Chad's like, yeah, let's add another comma here and let's change that. let's add a little extra line to that number. Perfect, excellent. There we go.
Okay, a comma is a big deal, Jesse.
Yeah,
Another zero is a big deal, but you're talking a comma. Commas, those are multiple zeros.
That's
so that's a really big deal. You just remind me of another thing with the Iron Man mask. I'm always fascinated and horrified again by the sports memorabilia market. Like the baseball cards, and of course it's moving towards NFTs and Top Shot and all that. But I did a story today. I do a gambling podcast once a week, and there's a great New York Times story by Scott Casciola about this 40-year-old Florida guy, Chicago Bulls fan, who was in the process of trying to collect every ticket stubs from every game Michael Jordan ever played in the NBA.
oh my goodness.
Playoff and all. It's 1,264 different games. He's up to 986 of these ticket stubs. And I just throw my hands up and go, what the heck? I mean, I don't know the value of these ticket stubs. And again, he just thinks it's pretty cool because it's like, it's like almost like walking history to have them all. But they're just ticket stubs. It's not like a program from the game which has information in it. It's not like video from the game. It's not like an autograph. He's trying to get all 1,264. And he's up to nearly 1,000. But I just go, wow, and he's got twin kids, and he's somehow still married. I mean, this is all of his part-time life or his recreational life is looking for ticket stubs.
That's that's insane. By the way, you guys, Norman Chad's podcast is called Gambling Mad with Norman Chad. Those words rhyme. In case, Gambling Mad, Norman Chad. I like it.
I didn't even realize that till after we named it.
Oh, that's awesome.
I just like the term gambling mad, but yeah, it does rhyme.
It does. I just threw the link into chat. If you guys will please do me a favor, we got 440 viewers. It'd be great if you guys would click on that on Twitch and subscribe. It's free, obviously, but it'd be great to check out what Norman's doing. It's a fun project. I think you'll really enjoy. If you enjoy Norman Chat, which obviously we do, that's why we're all hanging out tonight. Please support his new podcast. Boom. I'm going to make a command for it too so we can get that throughout the night.
That's very nice of you.
Well, sure.
And we do some, we do a lot of gambling, a lot of sports, a lot of pop culture. But we do, like this week, I interviewed a chat with Ari Engel, who's on once in a while, World Series of Poker bracelet winner, 10-time circuit winner. I think he's probably third all time in circuit rings. So we talked to Ari this week about his journey. Ari is one of my more fascinating guys to talk to, since he's pretty much lived out of a hotel the last 8 or 9 years. He does not go home, wherever home is. It's generally the next Marriott. So it's just fascinating to me how you can just live, essentially live out of a suitcase. I think Faraz Jocko was famous for that 10 or 15 years ago. And Ari pretty much does that now, and he plays fabulous poker.
There you go. There you go. We're back in it, you guys. Break has just come to an end. 7 players left. Players are currently guaranteed $35,720. If you take a shot, I will follow and subscribe to his podcast. Lucky One NBA, I will absolutely do that if I can get someone in my family to, hopefully not one of my kids, to bring me alcohol, because I'm not going to get up. I'm going to sit right here in my chair. But we'll see.
I noticed we had very little chip movement during the break, which I guess is usually the case. But there's actually been very little chip movement in this group over the last couple of levels. We just haven't seen a lot of big showdowns and a lot of movement of the chips going back and forth.
I completely agree with you. It's I mean, it's interesting, but the levels are still, what I believe 15 minutes, maybe 20 for this one actually. I think it's 20-minute levels for this. Let me just completely confirm that. 20 minutes instead of 15. It's crazy. This is the 15th event, and I feel like 13 of the last events were all turbos when they weren't, and they were just going as fast as possible trying to get things done. So it's definitely an interesting to see this tonight. But you're absolutely correct. It is moving very, very slowly. Michael S. on YouTube says, Norman Shad, welcome back. Let's do it. Listen to that energy.
Let's do it.
Listen to that energy. That's good.
Yeah, Michael, let's do it. We're gonna do it. I'm a COVID survivor, so I'm welcome back. COVID's one tricky bastard, and continues to be a tricky bastard. And it's just I'm still have long haul COVID, as many actually, probably a majority of COVID sufferers have. But yeah, we're coming back, so we will do it.
That's right. That's right. Let's see here. First place prize is $253,800. 188 players in tonight's event. And on the completed board, we're going to see a bet and take it from McAllen 25. Boom. Colin Capone, that's one of the questions I don't think we can get an answer from, but I'll read your question without expecting any answer from Norman. And he's drinking, so that's a good time. Will Norman and Lon be on CBS Sports? I don't know. But Norman's drinking water, so it's really probably a bad time to ask him questions. Let's go on to the next question. See, I'm trying to.
Let me know when I should be drinking water.
That's right.
That's very critical.
That's absolutely right. I'll just tell you, take a drink real quick, Norman. All right, hey, here's a great question. He's a busy man. Too bad. Colin Capone puts in some emotes where he's throwing money. I don't think that's going to work either, buddy, but good luck with your throwing money emotes.
I am curious. I know that I don't know the exact schedule yet, but CBS Sports Network will be showing about 20 bracelet events, and I believe 4 or 5 of them will be mixed games. Maybe like PLO, maybe like one championship horse or something. But as one of the constant proponents of the mixed games, I'm happy to see that again. We will see some of them show up on the taped broadcast at CBS Sports Network show from the World Series. It won't all be No Limit Hold'em. We'll see some other games as well. Right.
No, 100% agree with you. I love mixed games myself as well, and to hear them already put that out there is just it's really great. It stinks that there's now a paywall. Of course, we all can agree. While ESPN, you still have to pay for ESPN, but with people just had easier access, it feels like. But hopefully this all takes care of itself. And yeah, CBS Sports is a great new home, and they're going to do a great job. Jason Smith on YouTube. What's up, Jesse? Norman Chad, you're a legend of the game. Lol? Why do you end it with laughing out loud? What? What a, what a, what a
I
guy.
don't know. He says the legend of the game. LOL. See, that's open to interpretation the way he's done that. So we're gonna pass. We're gonna pass on that. He goes LOL. I'm gonna go SOS because I think I might need help dealing with whatever he was saying. I think he meant it positively.
Right. Hey, my guy Martin Zamani just takes down a pot, shoved all in, and took it down up to 430K. Love to see that.
Yeah, we got like 5. We've got the 2 big stacks, Art Vandalay and Orca, and then the other 5 are pretty much bunched up together in that like 25 to 30 big blind area.
Yeah, absolutely. This is seems like just a battle of the blinds. Saliba will make the flat. Art Vandalay says, no.
Now let's see if my boy has a real hand here.
We will.
Limping in from the small blind, and he does. Or he's willing to defend against the big blinds raise. All right.
All love for sure, says Jason on YouTube. Good. I thought so. The LOL at the end really was oh shit, I should have read this through before I read it. All right, check from Saliba. We see about a quarter pot from Art Vandalay. What's up, kid in college, Kevin? Oh, a call. Kevin, I'll try to help you out with that question in just a moment. Deuce of spades on the turn completes the opening of the straight draw.
I don't think my guy's very strong here, and I'm hoping that his call was going to then force Art to check the turn, and he did. And I don't think either has much of anything.
Right. The king on the river means one less king for Jay Saliba to be maybe trying to play coy with.
If either one has a king in their hand, I'll swim the Hudson River.
Right. All right.
January.
Let's hold you to it. Come on, somebody show a king. Art Valley's gonna bet, and they're gonna fold.
I am not even Jesse, I'm not even a fan of the Hudson River. I wish I'd said something further out west.
Yeah. Oh,
the guy is winning the hand.
Clip that shit. Twitch.
Check call the flop.
Oh.
I don't even understand that. And also, I don't know if usually anything I say stands. So if I say if something happens, then I'll do this. I'm a little worried here on this one. It's just an online, there's going to be no record of this.
Let's set a date. I mean, we'll wait till the weather is better. Obviously, we're not assholes here. But the Hudson River. I mean, you don't have to swim much of it. Just across an easy piece of it. But we win, chat. We won. NCS Lionheart. Good read, Norman.
By the way, this is why. As many as no limit hold'em hands that I have watched over the past 17 years, I keep telling people this. They tell me you must be good at it now. I go, no, I think I have the slowest learning curve in poker history. I can't read stuff. I never know what it has.
Oh, that was wonderful. That was beautiful.
Ridiculous. And I guess I don't know if Saliba knows what he knows about Art Vandalay, but I guess he was giving him like 2 or 3 chances there. Hang himself on the hand. He just check called the flop. They went check on the turn, and he checked again on the river, expecting Art Vandalay to bluff at it. But anyway, it's just kind of weird. I never thought he had a king.
No, obviously, because you wouldn't have put so much into that little fun thing you
Okay,
said?
we're done talking. Let's move ahead, and maybe we will forget about this. The blinds are up.
Oh, the lines are up, aren't they? Yeah, that's nice. There you go.
Let's-
10K,
let's-
20K. There you go. Oh, good. Somebody asked. Oh, well, we got some serious action. We'll pay attention to this for a moment, y'all. Martin Zamani, bathroom line. Lets it go. Lets it go. Norman Chad. Someone in chat, I can't remember who it was now, but asked a really fun question. Do you have any crazy stories? Any crazy, like, old school poker stories or any, just out of line? Does anything come to mind that from your tenure in poker, anything that a fun story you like to tell, a dinner party type of thing?
No, it depends who's at the dinner party.
Jimmy Bluffett, it's his birthday. Fun dinner party.
No, I used to play when I played social poker. I played in a game both in Washington D.C. and then New York and L.A. with all stand-up comedians, almost all stand-up comedians, and a lot of them became very, very successful. And one night when I was hosting the game, and I am drug-free in my life other than alcohol. I have never even had, one toke out of a bong. I've just never even had marijuana in any form. This was a heavy marijuana group, but one night they had acid there, and I've never been close to acid in my life. And the other 5 players at the table that night were all dropping acid, and they weren't very good players, and I was just the best player of the group because I was the best of a poor lot. Once they started dropping acid, I could not beat these guys. And they went from not knowing what they're doing to not even understanding what their cards were. And it went on for like 2 straight hours, and we're playing a low stakes game. It's like a $2 limit game. And I lost virtually every hand to these guys who when they would turn over their cards at showdown, particularly in 7 stud when 2 of them were in a hand. And the guy goes, it's yours. All I got is, a pair of deuces. And the other guy would turn over, I got king high. And the pair of deuces would take it down in 7-card stud. So it taught me never to play with people who are on acid. And also it taught me how bad of a player I am if I can't beat 5 other people on acid.
Oh my gosh, that's great. That's cool. Oh, by the way, the guy who asked that question, his name is LSD Molecule. So
Come on. LSD Molecule. That's not possible.
Perfect. Perfection. Love to see it. Oh, by the way, hey, good night, Rum Cake. Scott Ball, have a good evening. Thank you for hanging out with us, buddy. Nice deep run. Love to see it. Unfortunate, but 11th place finish for Scott Ball, Rum Cake. We'll see you hopefully on another deep run. Appreciate you, homie. Oh, mama. Let's see where we're at here. Heads up between Zeal 1906 and Patient Zero. 170K in the middle. About 9 bigs in the middle. Queen 4 Jack 5 2 spades. Boom. Late position bet. Tank call from Zeal. 300K in the middle. Zeal cannot cover the pot. Patient Zero barely over the pot. Important hand for both of these players. Hey, what's up, Nettie? With Helmuth yesterday, it was a lot of fun, man. It was a really good time. Norman Chad, Patient Zero is tanking like crazy. Do you think he's got anything here? We're not suing the Hudson. Nothing.
Wow. Well, he's just committed most of his chips here on the river.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not talking about what the hands are.
Yep.
You understand, Jesse? Well, we'll see the end of this hand to see, because this is an important pot for either one of them.
Oh, for sure.
Especially if we get a call here. This is for the rest of his chips. He did not, Zeal did not call. So he is now left with just 13 big blinds. When we used to do the Jack Links beef jerky wild card hand,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I love those.
Okay, I
Of
love them
course.
too.
Of course.
Think about this, and I didn't know what the hands were, but they're on tape. Okay, these are hands in which they're on tape. I'm not watching it live,
Right?
and I still got wrong what their cards were great majority of the time. Now I did it legitimately, like I could have cheated,
Sure,
and
yeah.
know what the cards are by just watching the rest of the tele at the end of the hand. But being able to think about it, it's not like not right here where the cards are coming bang bang bang. I could rewatch I could rewatch it 5 times leading up to the action and watch the action and try to figure it out, and I still couldn't figure out what their hands were. I couldn't figure it out when I just had to guess blindly. I couldn't figure it out when they gave us 3 choices or 4 choices, and I would always pick the wrong. I would never get the right choice. That's how good I am. It's on tape. It happened 3 months ago. I could consult with people. I could think about it for 2 hours, and I still couldn't tell you what they're holding. And you wonder why I can fill up a game when I sit down?
Brutal. Oh, oh, oh. Love to hear it. Love to see it. You guys, we are blessed with the presence of our friend Norman Shad this evening for Event 15, the $5,300 buy-in high roller gold brace event. This is the final table. 7 players left. Norman Shad, what is your favorite version of poker?
The easy answer to there's 2 easy answers to that.
Sure.
One, anything other than Hold'em.
Yeah.
And 2, I love split pot games. So my favorite version, is probably Omaha 8 or Stud 8 or Big O, which is just replacing a lot of the Omaha 8 around the country. People love to have that 5th card. So I just like the variety of the other games. And as I've told Hold'em players who are pretty stubborn on this until they finally aren't stubborn, you spend your whole night just looking at 2 cards, and you're folding. You got to fold almost everything. At least when you're playing PLO or other games, you get to, especially if you're a recreational player, you get to see so many more flops. You get to play so many more hands. And again, when you're a recreational player, you don't get to play as often. And so it's kind of hard to go into the casino and just fold everything for 2 or 3 straight hours. So it's more fun to play other games in which you get to see more cards and get to play more hands.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm with you. I love split pot games. I love my favorite's Deuce 7 triple draw though. Not a split pot, obviously, but I love that one. And then 08 is probably my number 2, and then Stud 8. I like Stud 8 a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, the triple draw games. I mean, there's so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I hardly ever played them before the last year, and I started playing them online, and I never looked up the strategies of them, and I realized there's so many mistakes I make that I'm aware of, and there's so many mistakes I'm not even aware of. And like in a triple draw game,
Ooh.
there are so many spots where you try to figure out what you're supposed to do.
We got an all-in and a call. 6 versus Ace King. Boom. That's gonna be it for McAllen 25. Orcanus Orca are unknown. We'll scoop up that pot. Let's see. McAllen 25.
Never got anything going
No.
on this final table. He's been the short stack most of the time.
Yep.
Here at the final table.
Yep. That's John Riordan, who finishes in 7th place for $35,720. Not a horrible take home for just several hours, just a few hours of work. But nice deep run. GG, buddy. 6 remain. Our next payout is going to be $47,000.
Was John Reardon playing Poker Go Cup events earlier this week? Or am I confusing with somebody else? Or did he make another deep run here at the World Series? I
Chat,
gotta check that.
chat, please. If anyone knows, because I haven't had the time to really pay attention a lot to the Poker Cup besides Daniel Negreanu's deep run or besides a few other players. If anyone else knows about John Reardon, I think maybe Katie was. If Katie's still in chat, Katie, you were looking at those updates a few days ago. You might have a little sense. All right. In this hand, we got Jay Saliba putting in a big. Whoa, take it. He did. Thank you, Oliver. Thanks, Kenpachi Poker. Reardon made the final table at Poker Go Cup event.
Okay.
Nice.
So I got
Made
some
a
of my memories. Okay.
Yeah, made a final table of event number 1. There you go. Let's see. Jesse, please ask Norman if he was a final table of 6, including himself, what other 5 players would he enjoy being at the final table with? Don't think too hard on this, Norman.
Yeah, yeah, I won't. First of all, I always include my first ex-wife, who was a pretty good poker player, and I couldn't bluff her on or off the table. So I haven't talked to her for a long time, so she's number one. Of the other five players I'm picking,
Yeah.
yeah, okay,
Whoa. All right.
okay. Number two, because he is the most entertaining person I ever was around at a poker table, is the late Sam Grizzle.
Mm.
I just the quickest, best cutting wit of anybody, endless wit, and he could just make you feel so small. He was so good at it.
Oh,
I
that's
had an
awesome.
enormous amount of respect for how he could do that, cut you down to size. So he's just fun to play with. So he would be among those five. The other three, yeah, I'm gonna have to wait till after this hand to think of who I'd pick for the three others. That's not a lot of spots left.
No.
No. Like if Bill Gates is more entertaining, and he used to play, he used to play like whatever, like 4-8 at the Mirage, or 2-4 or 3-6 hold'em, limit hold'em at the Mirage. You'd want to play against fascinating minds.
Yeah, for sure.
And Bill Gates played a lot of poker, so I don't know how fascinating he would be in the context of a poker table, about picking his brain or just seeing who he is. So I don't know if I'd put Bill Gates in there.
That would be wild. I used to live in Seattle when I went to college, and I had some friends who had a boat out in Lake Washington, and we would go out, and they would take me right by Bill Gates' house. And the rumor, this was like early 2000s. The rumor was that at that age, okay, so iPods were the new thing, just to put you in the right technology state. The rumor was that if you were a Microsoft employee and you walked into his house and you swiped, he had a place where you could just like swipe your ID badge or something like that, and they'd play like a playlist of your favorite songs. Like he had some sort of like weird ass house. It was like right, and like I had a lot of friends who worked at Microsoft, so I believe them. I'm like, this isn't like just complete bullshit out of thin air. Like you guys work at a company where well, I mean, shit. Who else would we? So that's the only story. Yeah, massive, of course, as you'd expect. Massive property right on the water, gorgeous. It was a lot of fun to always check out. Hey, we got a big hand here though. Let's zone in.
So if that were a reality, actually, Jesse, that leads credence to all the conspiracy theories we've heard. We heard in the last year about Bill Gates and COVID,
Yeah,
and vaccination,
putting chips in, tracking. Yeah.
Yeah, chip tracking. That's pretty
maybe.
amazing, though.
Yeah. there it is. There you go. Orkness Orca putting my guy Martin Zamani to the test. Pot size bet, and then a ... Oh, I hate to see it. Don't type in the chat box.
Yeah, have we seen the ... at this final table yet? I mean, why is he typing in the chat box?
Oh, Martin Zamani's giving it right back to him.
I like that.
Shit.
It's really hard to trash talk with ...
It is.
Third man in here.
They're all doing it now.
It's the way to go.
Oh, these guys. This is great. They're all doing it. Firing it off.
Funny.
Martin Zamani. Oh. Ace deuce 5 spade draw. Doesn't get there. Oh, Jesus. Who's going to have the last word?
Glad Martin has a light enough sensibility while he's making this decision
Yeah,
for all his chips
no
in
joke.
a bracelet event at the final table to go the ... route in response to Orca's ...
Yeah. Zamani does lay it down. Are we going to get one more ... from Orca? No, good.
Nah, it's classy not to go with one more.
Yeah. Oh, we get one from Martin, though. Jesus. So great. In case you don't know, that doesn't mean like that we just can't see what they're saying. They can't see what they're saying either. Queens versus ace queen here. Oh, Orca just wakes up with it. Still a Broadway draw for Zeal. Will
Nope.
not get
Gone.
there. Yeah. Zeal 1906.
We were 5-handed.
That's right. Zeal 1906 finishes in sixth place for $47,000. At this point, players now guaranteed $56,400.
As you were mentioning the ... in the chat box, I have lost my argument to the World Series of Poker people I know, asking them to restore the chat box, which they got rid of due to the nature of content that was going into the chat box too much. I understand that was and is a problem, and I wanted to try to be at the forefront at solving the problem by making the chat box, one person at a time, a friendlier place. So I asked them to bring it back last year. To bring it, they didn't. I brought it again up in this off season, and we still are chat boxless, except for ...
It's just wild. I mean, it's just wild. It's just what we still don't know who Orca is. It's pronounced Orsinus. Orsinus? It says Frag Zombie. I mean, I'll believe you, but maybe. Question for Norman. A lot of people hate the way their own voice sounds, especially on recording. Does hearing your own commentating ever make you self-conscious?
When I was on radio, when I was much younger, like college and coming out of college, I hated hearing my own voice. But that stopped. Now I hate, and my whole life I hate looking at myself. So that's a little different. So that's my exaggeration, but yeah, my perfect home has no mirrors in it. And again, like I said, ignorance is bliss, so I don't have to worry about how I look like in any particular day. Yeah, my voice does not spook me. My voice is perfectly fine. It's everything else about my body that would be problematic.
God, jeez. There you go. There it is. There it is.
Oh, is your guy all in?
Zamani all in. Luckily, Art Vanley doesn't wake up with something. Boom.
Yeah.
I mean, he is short now. Now Zamani's up to 10 bigs, so definitely got to take shots.
Yeah, the blinds just went up again to 12 and 24.
Yep.
And it's obviously all in or fold for Martin Zumani at this point.
Right.
Not for Phil Hellmuth necessarily, but for most.
Right, yeah. No joke. So, Norman, if you didn't go into broadcasting, okay, if you weren't who you are today, if Moneymaker hadn't done what he did, it's 2021 and we don't have 2003. How much poker do you think you'd be playing at this point?
I'm not sure. It's if I moved to Los Angeles in 1992, and it's full of card rooms. I did not walk into a card room in Los Angeles until 1999. I love playing poker. I played social poker back east. I played more serious social poker, like $20 limit games back east. And I didn't know anybody on the West Coast, so I wasn't playing poker much in the 1990s because I didn't know very many people here. I just started playing a social game with a bunch of the comedians that I mentioned earlier. So I didn't even go to a card room until 99. If the World Series of Poker doesn't come around by accident for me in 03 with Moneymaker, I have no idea how much poker I'm going to be playing. I started playing Stud 8 and Omaha 8, like 2040 in Los Angeles in the early 2000s, but I have no idea if I would have continued on that same pace because I started playing more poker because I was involved in the poker world. So I really don't know. As much as I've always loved poker since college, I have no idea. It's possible I would have stopped playing. Like I stopped playing blackjack. I played blackjack when I went to Las Vegas after I moved to LA. I played blackjack all the time. I played blackjack for like 10 or 12 straight years, a lot. And I don't play blackjack once a year now in the last 10 years. So that changed. I don't know if I would have dropped poker. I really have no idea.
Gotcha. Charles King on Facebook says, ask Norman if not having the chat influences the online game. Do guys make more loose calls or all in bluffs without fear of criticism? Ooh, I like that question.
Boy, that's interesting. That is an interesting question. And again, you as I have found, and again, I had not played online before the quarantine. I've always lived near a card room or played, home games. So in the last year, I noticed that, online, it's just a lot easier to click a button than making the call live. So without the chat, it becomes even easier. Is the point he's making?
Yeah.
You don't have that live reaction, so to speak, in chat, and so you're not as embarrassed So I think you are more likely to make a hero call or whatever it is when you're playing without the chat. I do think it's just unfortunate from a social standpoint. Poker's a very social game. It's
Right.
really unfortunate that we don't have it when you don't have the chat. And I probably would not have played the online poker game I started playing with in the past year if they did not have a Zoom element, which I do believe is the future of online poker, where we were all zoomed in. You had to be zoomed in, and so it was almost like playing in a home game. You could see everybody else. You could talk to everybody else. You had to be on Zoom. I wouldn't have played in that online game unless there was a Zoom factor. And they had a Zoom and a chat box. They used to ask me why I'm using the chat box when I can talk to them right there. I said, I'm versatile. I like to use both, and I can be nastier in the chat.
That's right. Yeah. It's easier to type it out versus just say it sometimes.
I love typing it out. I wasn't being nasty. I was just making jokes and having fun with people. But yeah, I just think the chat, and I've said this so many times, we keep moving to this soulless, heartless, joyless world where we're all sitting at home and we're ordering food off of apps and we're watching Netflix and we're not going out anymore. Online poker needs the social element. So the chat, I think, is important, and more important than the chat, I think, is even the Zoom element, which I think will make online poker just even more tremendous than it is right now.
Yep, I completely agree with you. One of the things I know you and I did like a GG poker final table last year, and you may not remember, but they started to include video in their stuff. What they started offering was like a 7-second video where you could like needle someone. You could like record like "haha, got ya" or some shit like that, and like what, that's great because I agree with you. I love the social dynamic. I went and played in San Diego at the Run Good Poker Series, and I think that was a great social tour. If you're in Vegas this weekend, in addition to these online bracelet series, there's an event called Barge taking place at Westgate, and it's known to be like a mixed game lovers like social gathering. They've got a karaoke night one night. I'm gonna freaking find all the information there. Yeah, so I and of course Run Up Reno. My goodness, that's my absolute favorite. What's up, Breakup Google now? Anyone awake? Yeah, Norman, Chad, and I are awake. We're not snoozing.
Oh, as you know, I went to Run Good Reno for the first time, I guess 2 years ago or something, and it was eye-opening for me. I mean, Run Good had the right idea.
You mean Run It Up?
Run It Up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Run It Up Reno.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Jason Somerville's, Richard. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was as enjoyable of a live poker experience as you could find in a card room. They just hit all the proper notes. Both the way they set up the tournaments, the way people were so social, the way they had the stuff away from the tournaments, whether it was a movie night or a karaoke or all that. It's just really, really smart. And I just wish more people would follow that lead.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Hopefully we'll see it return next year. Look at these spades. That's a bunch of spades for our two biggest chip stacks. My goodness. Oh ho ho! 2 pair for Art Vandelay. Probably didn't expect to win it. There you go.
And he will reclaim the chip lead.
That's right. I went out to Reno actually for a quick vacation. I had some hotel. Oh, okay. Let's watch Zamani first.
Under the gun, pushes it all. It's by one big chip stack. I just got to worry about the blinds.
It's about 8 bigs. King 9 versus Ace 8. King on the flop. Oh, we need some help for Martin Zamani. Will not get there. Zamani, my pick to win, out in 5th place for $56,400. Congratulations, Norman Chad. You will be.
I feel bad. I haven't eaten at Carbone in a couple of years.
Well,
it's I was BSing you before about just liking to go to off-strip properties where we're just regular people eating regular food.
Yeah.
So it looks like Carbone for us. No, yeah. Thank you.
Do they allow you to go in swim trunks after swimming the Hudson? I don't know if Carbone will allow that, but if they do, I'm 100% for it.
Just so you know, I'd literally forgotten about that debacle from an hour ago with the swim, the Speedo and the Hudson River and all that.
Interesting.
And I had forgotten about it, so you just brought it up again. We will not be going to Carbone. We will go to something that's Roma Deli or equivalent.
There you go. Okay, I'll take it. Brian Ard, we have. Hey Norman, take a quick drink of water for me.
You're right.
All right.
I'm getting
All
low.
right.
Go
A
ahead.
quick question for you, Norman. Now that WSOP has moved to CBS Sports, will we see you on CBS Sports for this coming? Oh, I hope you're okay. We'll move on. We'll move on. You're one of my favorite people, Norman Chad. You're one of my favorite
That
people.
most Americans do not know what CBS stands for. It's been one of the three major networks for 50, 60 years or longer, and they probably can guess NBC and ABC before they can guess CBS. Just so you know, that's my guess.
I don't think I can even figure. I've never thought about it really.
There you go. And then again, you're from the under 40. You're still under 40, correct?
I just turned 39 in July.
Okay. So under 40, I would imagine that 80% of Americans under the age of 40 cannot tell you what CBS stands for.
Obviously,
and it's the most watched television network, in any given year.
Obviously, B is broadcasting. Easy. What the hell is S? I want to say software. I mean, that's how bad this is. All in from Orca. Ooh! Jay Saliba wakes up the Queens. And that's going to be a big double for Saliba. Oh, hey, here's a 6 on the river.
Just to add insult to injury. It is a nice double for him and through one of the big stacks. So he gets everything he could possibly get there. And he probably, he just moved into second place? He did?
Yeah.
Saliba.
Wild. We're getting some guesses. Maybe people Googled it, but Central Broadcasting Network? That's not CBS. It's an N, Jimmy Bluffett. Jimmy Bluffett's already drinking on his birthday. Forgot what...
what's his problem? Well, let's find out how old Jimmy is. Did he say Central Broadcasting Network?
He did. He actually just became a grandfather this week. Congratulations again, Jimmy. So
that's impressive. So maybe he's drinking some Black Sambuca,
yep.
which is heavy alcoholic content. So that's what we want to know. And the other thing that most Americans can't answer, believe it or not, even though you see it sometimes on TV, is they can't name the 4 presidents who are on Mount Rushmore. Trust me. I don't think 25% of Americans can name all 4 presidents on Mount Rushmore. So those are the 2 things.
Jesus.
What is CBS for, and who are the 4 presidents on Mount Rushmore? Ah!
God. Oh shit. I've never been to see Mount Rushmore, which might have helped. Of course, I've seen it in TV and shit. But God, that's fun. Tax Dude says it's a central. Where's Tax Dude? Columbia Broadcasting System.
There you go. Columbia Broadcasting. Yeah, the S is system, which that would throw me if I just grew up knowing it, but that would throw me if I didn't know what CBS was.
Yeah, for sure. There you go. Jimmy Bluffett says Nixon, Trump, Lincoln, and Washington. Pretty close, buddy. Pretty close.
What is he drinking? I gotta give it to him. I think he got 2 out of 4 right. But
he's having a very happy birthday, isn't he? Good God. James the Bear. And now I'm reminded how old I am. That's right, James the Bear. Old. Good times. Man.
Actually, I think I've seen James DeBears. I think I've seen his photo on Twitter. I might be wrong, but I do believe he's over 50.
I don't think James Bear is that old. I think I like that. If it's a needle on purpose, I completely commend you. Good, well done. I
No,
think
it was
he's
not a needle on purpose.
I think he's in his early 40s. I'm gonna guess.
Okay, I might be confusing him with somebody else though.
Maybe.
Well, now we got. I mean, look at this 4-handed, Jesse. We've got.
Yeah, we're very even.
Stacks they're pretty deep.
40.
So
Yeah, about
nobody's got less than 40 bigs.
right.
It is really up for grabs.
It is. And I mean, that's how it should be. For a gold bracelet event, it should be like this. We've had some crazy short stack play for earlier events this month. So this does feel like it has the weight it should for the buy-in price, for the gold bracelet, all that.
Neither of these guys got a king, Jesse. We're back to the same situation where the 2 blinds and after limping on in, Saliba was then told by Art Vanderlei, not on my watch. He pumped it up. Saliba made the call. We see a flop now, and I guarantee you, in this case, neither one has a king.
Uh-huh. Sure. Uh-huh. Well,
That bet.
yeah, right. That bet indeed. Vandalay down clicks quite a bit. 38K. Mama. One
Actually,
point.
I don't.
Yeah. Like 1.5 bigs? My goodness. Oh. Well, Saliba definitely didn't have a king this time. Sparkio250 says, "Thank you, Norman, for classing up the place."
Oh, thank you.
That's what he does. That's what he does. I mean, it's not big. It's not a big change. Let's not puff him up or anything. But sure. Let's see, for Norman, what broadcasting will you be doing? Brian Ard asked the same question to you. He choked on his water last time, guys. Let's not make him choke on his water again.
Correct.
Right?
Yes. Yeah, you don't ask the Pope if he ate meat on Friday, so it's just impolite. So there's no reason to keep asking these related World Series, CBS Sports Network, whatever's are.
There you go.
Actually, the whole thing, has that changed yet? With the, I call no religion my own. So my Catholic friends always used to eat fish on Fridays. Is that like a rule, or is that just a recommendation, or is that not even a hold anymore about that whole business?
I used to be a youth pastor for 12 years, but I have no
Right,
clue.
you were a youth pastor.
Yeah, I was.
You said, I don't have.
I have no clue. I don't know if you remember that little bit of my history, but I don't think you do. Like, I don't freaking know. I was I worked in the Protestant churches, not the Catholic churches. God.
Okay, I still want to take a look at those youth that you worked with, and just see how they turned out.
Yeah. Nah, just look at my kids. They're already messed up enough. Good God. I had Lucy watching part of Rounders tonight, my 12-year-old. We were going to watch Back to the Future, and then we couldn't find it on Netflix. So we're like, hey, Rounders is on TV. You want to watch that? And she's like, I don't know much about poker, Dad. Sure. She said, we ended it about halfway through, and she said, I still don't know, but it's really interesting. I'm like, that's very sweet. Very sweet that she was trying. That was pretty
Wow.
fun.
And you said she's a 12-year-old watching it?
Yeah. Rated R movie. I'm a really bad dad. Really bad.
Yeah. Just it's poker and gambling. It's not like there's a lot of other stuff there that a 12-year-old shouldn't watch.
Right. The
There's nothing poker and gambling.
one of the best parts though, honestly, this is great. She hated Worm. She hated that character throughout the watch. It. She just kept just talking under her breath, like whenever he'd say anything. God, he's so bad, Dad. And then she almost started crying, asking me, Dad, do you play poker? Do you have a gambling addiction, Dad?
Oh, asking the possibility that you could be Worm. What?
Oh, it was so great. It was so great. Oh, it was so good. Anyways.
See, Worm is such a good character in there.
Yeah.
To the credit of to our screenwriters, Koppelman and Levine, that he's one of those protagonists that, again, if you are I don't want to say a simple or naive person, but or a gullible person, just a sweet person, and he's one of the main characters and he's one of the protagonists, he can be hateable.
Oh yeah.
So your daughter, she had the right sensibility. Boy, I hate Worm. I just don't like him as a person.
Well, there's one part that I had to break down for her, had to explain it. I'm like, she's like, so what's going on, Dad? I'm like, so what we're learning is that Worm went to this poker room with no money, Lucy, and he said, I'll take $2,000 on Matt Damon's tab. And then he won this much, Lucy. Ooh, he won $8,000, and he took it all away. He could pay the $2,000 back, but he didn't. She's like, ooh, I don't like him. Ooh, I don't like that.
It's a good read.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty smart.
Right? Yeah. So good. 4 players left in event 15 of the 2021 World Series of Poker Online Bracelet Series. Currently, we're heads up between Art Vandelay, Jonathan Duckler versus Orca. We don't know who Orca is, but we will find out in the near future.
So just to refresh my memory, last year in the online series, the WSOP.com and GG Poker, and that was like 80 plus events. Did we have a double bracelet winner last year? See, I don't seem to recall one, but I can't remember now. Do you remember if someone won 2 bracelets during
No,
last year's 80 plus
I
events?
I don't think anyone did. I don't think anyone did. I think that there were some really close runs for
Right.
sure, but I don't think we did have a single two-time. If Chad Holloway's in chat, Disco Chad was here earlier. I think Disco Chad's hanging out at home. Maybe he might have gotten offended when we talked about his Iron Man statue, but if
He's Mr. Sensitive about how much bad was talked about his Iron Man statue.
I always shit talk him when he doesn't try to negotiate. I always do. I'm like, Chad, what the hell are you doing? Who are you? Like, try to do something. It's like, hey, how about tax free? He does negotiate often, but sometimes I see him make deals. I'm like, oh, buddy, oh. Anyways, if anyone in chat might know,
Yeah, I'm trying to remember because we have in the actual, the live version, the original version of the World Series, we have like a 20-year streak going, with at least one double bracelet winner every year for the last 20. And of course, there was no live version of it last year, so I couldn't remember if we had. It's because enough events to have a double bracelet winner. We had 88 events or 85 events, so I just couldn't remember if we had a double bracelet winner. I don't think we did.
I don't think so. I really don't. Kid in College says that Dokler did. Oh, boom.
Oh,
Kid in College, thank you, buddy.
wow!
Art
There we go.
Vandalay, Jonathan Dokler did.
Wow, no wonder I see his name so often.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. Hey, Kevin, can you tell me what those events were? That's awesome. Thank you, buddy. Kid in College is great. Norman, he's on Twitter. He's a big poker lover. He'll be coming to the World Series of Poker for his first time if COVID is still calm, hopefully, this fall. But he's looking for a job in poker media. So if you hear anything,
Well,
Kid in College
good-
is
he's showing me a good start here.
right. Yeah, seriously. Button raised from Patient Zero.
Well, okay. Before we hire him,
Yeah. Uh-oh.
okay. I'm just looking at the WSOP site, and they have him with one bracelet career.
Oh no. Oh.
So
Kevin.
okay,
Uh-oh.
he's an online monster, which we know. I mean, they got him with 41 online caches in the WSOP, which is, again, we had a few online events before last year, but we've only had a year plus of really a lot of online events. He's got 41 caches. But yeah, check with him again, and I'll do him this favor because I don't think we're hiring him. He can list me as a reference on his resume. And I'll just try to say nice things about him.
Yeah.
But he's wrong about this. I don't like people popping on it, just even in chat. I know this isn't like it's not like you're on CBS News. You're not in the New York Times. It's not the paper of record. But I like to have that information correct. So if he's wrong about this one, he's got to answer to somebody. He's got to answer to me.
He took a shot and it looks like he failed. Dark Lester is in. This is the best. I wish you could see this. Kid in College, I believe it was the $500 kickoff and the 777 event, and immediately, without even like a second pause, Dark Lester says, "Actually, he finished 4th in the 777 event," and then all Kevin says in response is, "Damn."
That's pretty funny.
It's
Pretty good chat.
right.
You can't script that any better. I love the damn.
Good luck in your future job searching, Kevin. We tried. Love it. So good. Oh man, 4 left, 65,000 locked up, 250K up top. This is fun. Norman, thank you so much for doing this with me. I really appreciate it. I know we've been alive for a little over an hour and a half so far, and God, yeah, you're always so generous and so kind. So I really appreciate you, buddy.
By the way, so the Miss Jonathan Dockler information just reminds me of in my earlier life. I was a copy editor for a while at the Washington Post. You worked on the copy desk, It's one of the worst jobs you could have in journalism, and you're like the last line of defense against something being wrong, and you're always like one mistake away from getting fired. So if you let something go by in an article that's egregiously wrong, you could. I mean, you're in bad shape. So this wasn't an example. I mean, he thought he had won 2 bracelets. He's actually only won 1.
Yeah.
But if if there's a story that comes by and it says, I don't know, Benito Mussolini was an art collector instead of the Italian dictator, and you let that go by, that he's an art collector, not the Italian fascist dictator, that's not good on, you're going to hear from somebody. So it's just, you never want to be a copy editor. You got to get things right. So I'm always cognizant of getting things right. And so that's why I looked up, I had a feeling that the doctor information might be suspect.
It's so good. It's okay. I made Norman Chad laugh. I won. Well, interesting. I mean, there you go. There you go, Kevin. James the Bear says, I was a copy editor for many years. He completely agrees. Lots of clubs here on this board. Heads up between Patient and Saliba. Small pot. Only about 5 bigs at risk here. I mean, I say a small pot. God, if Patient Zero won that pot, he'd probably be the chip leader almost. Or close to it. Orca, I think, would still have a... Yeah. Well, there you go. Saliba takes it down. Open 24 hours on YouTube asks you, Norman. Hey. Starts with a hey. Hey, what is your purpose in poker? Double question mark.
What is my purpose in poker?
Yeah.
I never.
Personally, as someone who got into poker, right around the Moneymaker, event, the Moneymaker effect, for me, Norman Chad brought a needed just authenticity and humor to an ESPN event. Growing up watching basketball and watching football, baseball, you wouldn't get that, and it's a card game, right? It's in that era, it was kind of hard to make a card game fun or really. And so, what is your, how do you phrase it? What is your purpose? For me, Norman helped to make poker more approachable for me, for sure.
I'm hope that's the case. And so if he was talking, I didn't realize he was even talking about, let's say, my purpose in poker, from a broadcast standpoint. But you just described exactly my very simple philosophy, and you almost used all the same words I would use. It's just a game. Let's have fun with it. So I actually would do that if I was broadcasting golf or tennis or basketball or football, things that I all like. They're all just games. Let's have fun with it. And with poker, and again, you look at it on TV, what is it? It's a bunch of, it's mostly guys because we have very few women playing yet. It's just a bunch of guys throwing chips into the middle of the table, playing their cards. What the heck is that? So you got to try to make it entertaining or interesting. So it's just a game. Let's have fun with it. So I never take it too seriously. And obviously, I'm never going to analyze stuff on any real basis. I'm not a professional poker player. I don't study the game, and I don't really care to. I just like to have fun with the game.
I now realize what Open 24 Hours' actual question was, because now he's saying, this is cool, but I like to watch players actually play. I think he's actually saying, why is this stream happening? What is your purpose? Why is this a thing? You're not playing this game. Why am I watching this? Oh, okay. Gotcha, Open 24 Hours. Welcome to Poker News coverage of the final table of Event 15. God damn it. Son of a bitch. I was like, is this a rude question? I don't know what he's asking here about, but okay.
I wish you'd read that second part of the question sooner, because we would have realized that his question was, Norman, why are you screwing with this live stream? I want to watch the players play. I want to see what they're doing and why they're doing it.
It got there. It took a while for him to post that, but now I'm laughing. No, that was really great.
I apologize to him because obviously I'm not going to do what he wants me to do.
Nope, not today. Nope. Poker was 5 times more fun when Norman commented on Mike the Mouth, Havad Khan, Eric Molina, etc. And
I forgot about Eric Molina. Yeah, it's just, I've said it a million times. There's always another hand. You know, there's just always another hand coming. The hands aren't that important in general, and it's everything else around the game that you remember. So obviously you're going to remember the biggest hands, but during the course of a long day or even the tape broadcasts, it's the other stuff. You know, it's anti-gate between Pralag Frieden and Jeffrey Lissandro. It's Eric Molina, who no one would know otherwise from the day he had at the World Series of Poker. It's just the characters and the conversation and the conflict, and that's what people remember. People always remember Helmuth and Grizzle more than anything else from the first couple of years.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's a question, and if this is too much, please just say Jesse or take a drink of water. 17 years, good God, you've been in this industry and career for a long time. What is your absolute favorite memory? What is your least favorite?
You know, it's weird.
Besides Moneymaker, fuck that. Let's pardon me. Yeah, we all love Moneymaker. That's the easy answer. Which I don't think would be your answer anyways, but yeah.
You know, it's weird. It's my least favorite memory actually comes from right after Moneymaker won against Sammy Farha. That year they had, and this is the first year I did it, they had me, as each player got knocked out, they had me interviewing each player, and it went over the PA system.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And again, imagine this, that again, I had absolutely no background in No Limit Hold'em.
Right.
I had no background in tournaments. I was, I was the analyst commentator, but I'm not qualified to talk about anything. So some of those interviews might have been awkward and not good, and rather bad. So when I talked to Moneymaker right after he won, and I asked him a really bad question out of the 3 or 4 questions I asked him, and I forgot what it was, but it had to do with the flop. He had flopped the bottom 2 pair, and I guess Sammy had flopped a pair of jacks. It was Jack 5-4 flop, and they got all the money in. And I forgot what question I asked regarding that, but it was stupid. And as soon as I finished the interview, I'm walking away, and I got adrenaline running, unbelievable. This is the first World Series. This is incredible what happened. To 850 players, Chris Moneymaker wins. Blah 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 blah. I'm approached by somebody who I recognized, but I'd never spoken to before, the late Devilfish Uliet. And he walks up to me and he puts his arm around me and he says, "You have absolutely I can't do his accent.
Oh my gosh.
You have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. You're completely unqualified to be up there talking. It's just amazing you got this job."
Oh my gosh.
And he walks away. Like, I wanted to wave to him. Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks for the pick me up. Now, a lot of what he said was actually probably true, but I don't know what would inspire him to come up to a complete stranger, and that was me, and just tell me at that moment, right after the Moneymaker Farha final hand, and right after my interview, that I essentially stunk. So that did not stop me from voting for Devilfish for the Hall of Fame many years later after he passed. But yeah, that was I just felt like I felt really small.
Yeah.
Because it was a tough day anyway, and I'd done some other bad interviews. And for him to come up to me and just put an exclamation point on how bad I was, I said, okay, I don't know if this is the place for me.
Whew. Yeah, that's it's crazy how you'll get kind compliments all the time. I'm sure you do, but it's like the one when those kinds of moments happen, man, that's what I remember the most is like the just under the breath statement. Like I mean, yeah, it's just that's brutal.
Let me give you before I forget the opposite end of that.
Yeah.
That same day. So I think the first knockout that year might have been David Gray. I think he finished 9th. Let's just say. And so I had interviewed him first. Maybe he finished 8th. Let's just say he finished 9th. And the first question I asked him is like, so how'd it go out there today? One of those generic, not a great question. How'd it go out there today? And he looked at me with a little puzzled look, and he said, "Oh, I came in here wanting to finish 9th, and I finished 9th. How'd you think it went out there today?" So I appreciate, and that didn't make air. That did not make air because we cut out most of the interviews.
Yeah.
I loved his humor there, but this stupid question: how'd it go for you today? And his answer was funny. Oh, I finished 9th. I came here to finish 9th. I finished 9th. Next.
Yeah.
So I appreciated his sharp cutting humor right there.
That's good. That's awesome. So Devilfish is your worst. Favorite memory? or is that
Yeah, the favorite memory. I got to think about that, Jesse. Again, on an interview thing, we did when we used to do the other bracelet events, a few of them a year, and we also used to do circuit events, if you can believe that.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, I
Uh,
used to watch those on ESPN.
we had some terrific ones. Uh, but anyway, we were there when Phil Ivey won a bracelet. I forgot what number it was for him. It might have been number 10. And I had talked to Phil a few times before that, and Phil, who's incredibly smart, funny, cutting guy, but for TV purposes, he never says anything at the table, and he always gives monotone answers. So while we were waiting for this interview to do, right after he won the bracelet, and that again it was going to be in front of the whole audience, and we were going to use one or two questions for the telecast. I said, Phil, don't screw me today. I know you can be blah 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 blah, but you can really be effusive. You can really be great. Just don't give me your usual hoo hoo hoo. He says, no problem, man.
Great.
I asked him 3 or 4 questions. No matter what the question was, even if it wasn't a yes or no question, his answer was yes or no. It was just incredible. He assured me that he was going to be the Phil Ivey I know he could be.
Yeah.
And no matter what I asked him, he just was, no.
Love it.
And I think he's just trying to, F with me. He's just got that sense of humor. Just screw with me. But, when we finished, I looked at him and go, thanks a lot, man. What the hell was that?
That's awesome. That's so good. So good. Oh, all right. We're back at break has come to an end. Let's see. There was a question in chat. Who is Art Vanley? Is a known player that is yes? That's Jonathan Dockler, gold bracelet winner. Definitely one of the known players in these online bracelet series. He's been running very deep in a lot of these online events. We've seen his name pop up quite a few times this month already. So and someone said he must be in his early 30s or something because he might know the Seinfeld reference. Yeah, Art Vanley, definitely a Seinfeld reference and a decent one. Were you a Seinfeld fan?
Seinfeld?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I before Seinfeld came out, and I used to write a newspaper column and stuff. I a couple times I had a list of my 10 favorite sitcoms of all time, and then after Seinfeld came out, it easily would have cracked at the top 10. It probably would make the top 5. So yeah, I love Seinfeld. In that medium, in that genre, whatever the word is, it's hard to establish like a new thing that no one else has done before, because it's just such a it's just sort of a tired format, the old sitcom. And when a show can come out like they did, there's been a few others since then. Arrested Development was way different.
Oh yeah.
The Larry Sanders Show, breaking the third wall with Gary Shandling. So just when you can do something that hasn't been done before, it's just tremendous to me. And the way they did a show about nothing,
yeah,
was just tremendous. And that was just one of your great quartet of casts of all time. And I remember there's an old argument because Friends was a big deal. Friends is now back a big deal again now. The Friends reunion, syndication has done great. Seinfeld versus Friends to me, it's almost like, a ribeye steak versus hamburger helper. It's just I don't understand all the love for Friends. It was sort of a system comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, I could tell you the punchlines before they said the punchlines. They executed it at a high level, but it had not nearly the creativity and the ingenuity Seinfeld.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, without a doubt. I haven't watched all the seasons of Curb Your Enthusiasm, but it's so fun to get so much more now. Queen 6 versus Queen 4. All right, Art Vanley taking down the small pot. Do you ever watch Curb Your Enthusiasm?
That's the weirdest thing, and my friends will all have theories on why. I have never watched a single episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm today, that I haven't. And people have told me how much they enjoy it, and obviously it's Larry David.
Yeah.
And he's a dark comic genius. But no, I have never watched a single episode. Shamefully, I have never watched a single episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm or The Simpsons.
Simpsons.
You know how long The Simpsons has been around? The Simpsons is a record breaker.
Yeah, no kidding. Simpsons has been on longer than I think Kid in College has been alive. So yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. There you go. So I am embarrassed to say that neither of those I've ever watched.
I think it's like season 6 or 7 of Curb Your Enthusiasm, where the finale is a new episode of Seinfeld. Like they're trying to get Larry David back in. He's going back to work or something like that. They brought all the cast. Oh, it's so much fun. Even if you just find that one episode, just because as a Seinfeld lover, it's just it's worth it. It's definitely good.
I regret that we don't see Jason Alexander that much anymore, who loves playing poker.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good poker player. Among the, we used to see a bunch of them, more of these comedians like Ray Romano and Brad Garrett love to play. Kevin Pollak, obviously, is a very good player. Jason's a really good player. I just don't see him around as much as we did many, many years ago.
Yeah. I think they're still pretty. I mean, at least like Brad Garrett and Romano. Funny enough, my kids' school out here in Vegas, Ray Romano was the MC for some some event. Not Ray Romano. I'm sorry, Brad Garrett. Brad Garrett lives out here, I guess, on the northwest side of Vegas, and there was like some little carnival for 70 or 80 people, and MC is Brad Garrett. I'm like, oh, this is great. This is, yeah.
He's always on. Some guys aren't always on. Patience Patient just bet.
Yeah.
44 here on the river. Okay.
Yeah, quite a bit here. Good lord. 2/3 pot about.
Again here. Came in. Pair.
Docker's thinking about it. Used the action clock, now draining the tank as well. I mean, oh, let's it go. Patient Zero takes the chip lead. I mean,
Climbed on up, right?
Yeah, takes it with force too. Blinds are up 14K, 28K. Mama. Can you ask Norman if he's ever played poker with Norm Macdonald? I can, and I know the answer. So if Norman Chad decides to drink some water, I wouldn't fault you.
Thank you on that one. I think I'm done with the Norm Macdonald anecdote.
There you go. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I guess we won't talk about Norm Macdonald. Yep. Mouth's full. All right, there you go. Good times.
Speaking of The Simpsons, all I will say about the Norm Macdonald situation is the one time I did play poker with him. It was at the home game of the late great Sam Simon, one of the creators of The Simpsons.
Yep.
Poker, not fanatic, but certainly a poker aficionado. And he's cashed the main event too, as Sam did. And Sam's just one of the most wonderful people that the Hollywood industry has ever created and produced, and very charitable. And we lost him a few years ago, unfortunately. But yes, my one time with Norm Macdonald was at the Sam Simon poker game, and the rest we will mention from that game will be mentioned by the person I assigned to do my eulogy.
Fun times. 4 players left in event 15 of the 2021 World Series of Poker. Currently, players are guaranteed $65,800. Top prize $253,800. There you go. Let's see. Bro Fortune says Duckman. Do you ever watch Duckman back in the 90s, late 90s?
No, I did not.
I remember watching it a little bit as a kid, but I can't remember much about it. Duckman, there you go, Bro Fortune. No question, just said it. I like it. Good times. We've been live.
I know a million of them got pitched over the last 15 or 20 years, but it's sort of somewhat surprising that like no poker-based sitcom made its way onto, even if not one of the 4 major networks, a cable network. We had Tilt, the 10-part series on ESPN, the 10-part poker drama.
Yeah.
But I know, and I couldn't believe how many people would walk up to me and tell me their poker idea. But it is sort of amazing that not a single one that I'm aware of made their way onto the airwaves of all the different broadcast and cable possibilities over the last 15 years or so.
Right. We've got an interesting pot brewing here. Let's 8-10 deuce, 10 of spades on the turn. Already 200K in the middle. Oh, that was Jason Alexander's best roll. Oh, gotcha. He was Duckman. Nice. That's pretty fun. I might have known that back in the old days. Big bet from Orca. What were you saying?
What was Jason Alexander's best role?
Duckman.
Oh, Duckman.
The cartoon on USA Network back in the 90s. Jack of hearts on the river. All right, 500K in the middle. Big pot here. Orca is not backing down. First act, 339,000 into the middle. $339,360. I mean, it's got to be like half pot, I guess. Oh, that's interesting. That's weird. Maybe half pot plus minus a little bit. I always think about that, Norman. Whenever like I see a bet with like numbers like that, I'm like, what? That doesn't look like half pot. What are you typing in here? What is going on? I mean, that's one of those things about online poker when you're trying to find tells or something. Like one thing I love about Ryan Ling. I always tell this to the audience or to him when he hosted with me last night. A lot of his bets were like 100,001, or just like stupid shit. Like he's just,
Seemingly stupid shit.
I find the bet size and when people really put thought into it very entertaining.
Well, this when I was playing online, the site I was at, unfortunately, broke it down to dollars and cents in your stack.
Yeah.
And so I would abuse that. Like let's say we were playing PLO or something, and the pot was $100, and I would bet $29.99, and people go, what's it, $29.99? Because we're on Zoom. Like it's price to sell. Things always sell better if it's $29.95, $29.99. I'm looking for calls. That's why I'm going for 95 or 99 cents.
Yeah.
So I always screw around with the dollars and cents thing just because it was there.
I like it. Yeah. Last night Ryan Lang was like, yeah, I'll often type in 420, 666, 69, 01. Like you're such a moron. I love it. Thank you for being you, Ryan. You're great. It's just a good sense of humor. 340K in the middle here. The board is complete. Flush got there. Straights got there. And Orca is not being the early aggressor like we saw earlier. Patient zero. What are we going to see from you? Yep. Not quite, not pot, about around 2/3. A little more. Let's it go. Patient zero, pretty big lead here. 1.7 million. Our short stack is Jay Saliba with 700K. Orca and Art Vandalay sitting just over $1 million. Let's see. Soccer Fairy says, Norman Chad, I've watched you on ESPN 20 years ago, and it looks like you haven't aged at all. What are you eating? Exclamation mark question. Exclamation mark question. Exclamation mark.
Well, I maybe it's the lighting that makes him think I haven't aged at all. And if I showed him my blood work and the X-rays, I guarantee you, I have aged in those 20 years.
The doctors disagree with what you're saying, Soccer Fairy.
Trust me, I got the receipts on the kidney stones. I got the receipts on the IBS. I got the receipts on the pulmonary embolism. What else do you want from me?
Oh, no more questions that have IBS in the answer, please, everyone. Please, I pray.
I don't understand why it's such a stigma with IBS. Come on. We wear it proud.
Oh my God. Oh, here we go. Big stuff. Oh, Ace Jack versus Ace 10. Spades galore for patient zero. And that's going to be a chop pot. Whew. Patient zero is very grateful for that river.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Saliba definitely was happy not to see a spade, but not happy with that one.
That was a big turnaround. Of course, shouldn't have been a chop pot, and Saliba would have become chip leader with that one.
Yep.
Instead, he's still back.
Yep, absolutely. Soccer Fairy.
Oh, we're back to what's the die? We're back to ... from Orca. He gets feisty once in a while.
God. God. Ryan was in Platt's chat earlier during his deep run state. Nice kid in college. That's fun. Huh. Oh, they want Norman Chad to sing the "Everyone Loves a Chop Pot" song. Oh, good God.
Yeah, there's copyright and trademark infringement on that, and I respect Joe Stapleton too much, and plus I fear his lawyers, so I will not be singing the Chop Pot song.
Everyone loves a chop pot. I don't respect Stapes, so I will sing. Once you said that, I'm like, oh, I can absolutely sing now. I wasn't going to, but if we have to, if respecting Stapes is on there. There you go. Rod Poker with $5 on YouTube. Norm and Jesse. D-Negs versus D-Polk. Perkins versus Tice. And this Crusher versus that Crusher. I don't know.
Who's this Crusher and that Crusher?
Another $5 from Rod Poker. You're so kind, Rod. Do you find that in these heads up mono a mono challenges, both sides have massive teams coaching them? Kind of kills the gunslinger showdown aspect for me. That's a good question. Yeah, we had a lot of these mono a mono matches. Helmuth Negreanu. God, who else did he have to? Oh, yeah, Polk, of course. Any thoughts on all this crazy, on the popularity of these, or?
I think the popularity of them is again restricted to a very narrow group of people. You know, the more what I would call a pokerati. I don't think you're finding, especially if it's online, I don't think you're finding a lot of casual people in the mainstream who are going to be sitting there and watching online heads up. I do believe that the ones we've seen on Poker Go are more interesting because they're, we get to see the two personalities, whether it's Antonio against Helmuth or Negreanu against Helmuth. So those are more entertaining. As far as the gunslinger thing goes, that's a nice thought that you just come on in there and you just sort of shoot from the hip. It just makes sense. It's just like 20, 30, 40, no, 50, 60, 70 years ago, like NFL players did not train in the off season. In fact, some of them were paid so low, they worked jobs in the off season, if you can believe that, in the NFL in the 1950s and early 60s. But then they got smarter. They understand the importance of diet and training and good health. So the poker community, the serious poker community, got smarter in terms of we got to study the game more. We got to study this, and that. And coaching helps. So that's what they do. It's kind of professional malfeasance, not to overturn every stone possible to try to prepare yourself as great as possible. Does it lose the gunslinger mentality? Sure, but you're trying to play as well as you can, and there's a lot of money at stake. So why wouldn't you use every there's a word after every, if you can think of it for me, Jesse. I know that. Not to make light again on the long COVID I've had afterwards. The one's exhaustion and the other is brain fog, and I cannot find the word. I just sometimes there's a word. It's the simplest word. The word might be, traffic light. It might be fire hydrant. It might be pancakes, and I can't think of it. But anyway, it would make sense with the money involved. And with everything that's in front of you that you can look at training wise and otherwise, why wouldn't you use all those particular? See, I can't think of that word. I did a different adjective to try to get to the word I can't think of. It's a simple word.
Yep. We're putting it together. Anyway. Man, let's see. What else do we have here? Yeah, I agree with you though. I mean, like when it comes to the teams, like it's you have to. Like it's 2021. It's not 1990. It's like with all the available tools, like why the hell wouldn't you? Yeah, I mean, sure, it definitely is not the same gunslinger, but yeah, it's a new world. Use the tools. The word is resources, says Ryan Law on Facebook.
Okay, it could have been tools, but resources is correct. So thank him.
There you go.
Again, I told you it was a simple word.
Yep. Dano says tools. They're all trying. That's great. Love it. Oh, good. Boom. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Let's see.
But this is preventing me from, not that I could never win on Jeopardy. I would not do well on Jeopardy. But because of the brain fog, even if I, buzzing first on, the category of baseball, he hit 714 home runs. I buzz in. I go, who is? And I just would freeze. I can't think of Babe Ruth.
Dude.
So
Yeah.
it's not very good on a practical level when you have the brain fog.
No, and I'm telling you, a year stuck at home didn't help anybody. Didn't
That's
help
true, too.
anybody. I feel like I need to change the light bulbs in my house compared in a mental state, like compared to where I was at 2019, early 2020. Like, yeah, staying at home and all the not just you experiencing COVID, in reality, but just all the other parts of this too that we all dealt with. It's just I feel like we're all kind of foggy. I know I have been for a while too. So yeah. Speaking of which, not Jeopardy, but I am going to be on a game show in mid August, somewhere in your neighborhood probably. I just got a great, see, I can't fucking think of a word now either. You Bet Your Life, hosted by Jay Leno. I'll be on the show, and
Did they already? Has that started again? I know they're rebooting it. Have I missed You Bet Your Life? Is this already aired?
no, God, no. They started doing like auditions maybe 6 or 9 months ago, and I sent in a tape because I was on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno back in '02 for Stupid Human Tricks, and I was like, this would be really fun. As now I've gotten 20 years older and fatter, like to go on this game show. That'd be a kind of fun backstory. So I sent in a tape with all that kind of introduction, and they loved it. And I've had 2 calls with producers since that went really well, and they told me I've been approved. That's it. That was the word, approved. I've been approved by all the people that make decisions, and now we're just waiting for. I told them I can't do stuff during the WSOP. Obviously, I have to wait till August is over, or till August rather. And they said that's when. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that's my biggest fear, is that this whole freaking bad year, like I can't think of words. Like approved, I can't think of. So yeah, it's gonna be a shit show.
By the way, my memory's pretty bad. I can't remember. Did you actually tell me before that you were on Jay Leno in '02? I don't remember you telling me that. Did you tell me that and I've forgotten it?
I don't know.
I just don't recall that. I think I would remember that.
That's maybe not. Maybe I mean when I was
you were
younger. When I was younger, I think I told every single person I knew, like, hey, I'm Jesse, and by the way, like it was just like,
Right.
like. But I think my wife even told me, like, Jesse, stop fucking telling every single person that, please. So I think I started to cool down. But so yeah, I used to live in LA. You might know this. My first job when I was like 19, I got a job working in Skid Row, LA, taking suburban kids out to volunteer at like the Midnight Mission, LA Mission, all those places to, volunteer and serve and help out people. And I got an apartment in North Hollywood, off of like Fairfax and Melrose. Yeah.
West Hollywood.
West Hollywood.
West
Thank
Hollywood.
you. Okay, there you go. West Hollywood. Yeah, I got a place a few blocks north of Pink's Hot Dogs, and I had a job interview because that was a seasonal gig. I got a job interview. I went out and they didn't show up for it. I was going back to my duplex, very dejected, and thinking I'll probably have to move back to Texas or something. I got a girlfriend who lives in Seattle, but who knows what's going to happen. And obviously, I can't afford LA at this point. But as I'm driving north on Melrose, I see Leno at the corner. I can't remember what it is, but he was outside Johnny Rockets doing his jaywalking bit.
Oh, that's right. He would do it actually right there on Melrose at one of those original Johnny Rockets.
Mm-hmm. So
unfortunately, no longer.
Oh yeah, I know. I saw it. It's gone, which is so heartbreaking. Yeah. So I parked my car. I ran out, and I was like, "What's going on?" So the biggest headline was that Winona Ryder had just robbed Saks Fifth Avenue, or she walked out with a purse or something. Do you remember that?
Oh right, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's what it is. Do you want to talk to Jay about that? I'm like, sure, yeah, sure, yeah. So they get me on camera with him. He's like, hey, what do you think? Blah blah. I'm giving my insight, which is 0, of course. Then he gets into his Leno bit. It's like, so Jesse, have you ever stolen anything? I'm like, yep. Very very confident. Yep, sure have. What did you steal, Jesse? Money from my mom's purse. Oh, what did you do with it? Bought pizza. Oh, what'd your mom say? Where did this pizza come from? just stupid, and it was great. So they aired it, which was amazing. That was a lot of fun. But I walked back to my car, and that was great. And I'm glowing. I'm on a mountaintop. This is such a fun experience. Then I'm like, oh shit! My friends always told me, if you ever get a chance, you gotta show this weird thing you do to Leno or Letterman or whoever, as if I'd ever have the opportunity. This is what my friends in high school would tell me. So I walked back over to Leno. I walked back. This is how confident I was as a 19-year-old, Norman. I walked back over to him, and he's still interviewing people. And then he kind of gets a break, and he sees, "What's up, Roller on YouTube? We see you. We see your YouTube comments. Don't worry." So I walk back over and wait for him to go on break. He's like, "Hey, yes? What? What?" And I'm like, "I'm so sorry to bother you again. I do these stupid human tricks. Do you mind if I show you?" He's like, "Oh, okay, sure." And so you can't see me, Norman, which I will show you at some point. Next time we have dinner, when I buy you dinner, I guess. But I've got a rubber pinky. I'll show the camera where my pinky looks like it's made of completely rubber, completely double jointed. Like I can make claws, and it's really super awkward and weird. I can roll my stomach and this is why I was skinny. I was skinny at one point. I could look like I was a pregnant person, and the baby could kick. I could stick my fist in my mouth, and the best one was my fingers are so double jointed that they appear to have coin slots on the top of the fingers. I can put a coin into a few of them, and it will hold it so tight that I can then turn my hand over and the coin doesn't fall to the ground. And so I show this to Leno, and he grabs his producer and says, "Come watch this. Come watch this." And I'm so ramped up, like, "Oh, this is great." Show him, and he's like, "Okay, so here's what's up. Next week, we're actually having a show with stupid human tricks. You got a guy who's popping his eyes out. You got where do you live?" I'm like, "I live 6 blocks north." They're like, "Great!" And so they sent a car. They sent a car to pick me and my girlfriend up. There was what else? There were 2 other guys. A guy could do a human beatbox. There was a guy who could pop his eyes out. They both had managers, and there was Jesse, who had his girlfriend, who was just here on dumb luck. Like how, yeah. So it was the best part. I didn't get paid, of course, no, but I was told, here's the cafeteria, the NBC cafeteria on the lot. You can order anything you want. And I was a freaking idiot, so I ordered a BLT because I thought in my head they might have really good bacon, fancy bacon. They didn't.
Of all the ridiculous things you said during the course of the story,
Yeah.
the fact that you ordered a BLT when they said you could have anything you could want is just. You shouldn't even be allowed to ever order again.
Yeah. Yeah, and 20 years later, I realized the weight of that mistake. But yeah, that's my. There you go. I'm glad I got this opportunity to tell you. That's one of my favorite stories, obviously. But it's good.
Do you have a VHS of your appearance or whatever that you might have converted at this point? But do you have this?
I had
just pop somewhere.
I had copies of it. No,
Yeah.
I do not own a copy at this point. I will tell you that the guest on the show was Sarah Michelle Gellar, who was promoting the movie Scooby-Doo. The musical artist was some country singer. I don't like country music, but some old lady country music singer. I've tried to find it, and it's just I can find the episode number. I've even called his production company and spoken with people who are like, "We'll try to find it. We'll try to send it to you." That's honestly my biggest goal is going on the whole game show, because maybe they can find the old clip and show it. Because my wife's never seen it, my kids have never seen
correct.
it.
That would be great,
right? That's why I'm like, man, if they could find it and air it in that You Bet Your Life episode, that'd be the dream. The dream. So
I'm curious to see how watchable You Bet Your Life is. I'd only seen highlights of the original one, so very little of it. Of course, was a seminal early game show with Groucho.
Yeah, no joke. From what the promos have been and everything I've seen about it, just try to get more information on it, it seems like it's just his best bits from the Tonight Show, like jaywalking type of commentary, just giving people a chance to make fools of themselves, but now you can make money at it. That's how he always describes it. So I'm like, yeah,
right,
that sounds fun.
Well, I have a bone to pick with Jay and Letterman, because when they both took over their shows right after Johnny Carson retired, they pretty much farmed out. They got rid of having like stand-up comedians on regularly, which was a staple of the Tonight Show. And it used to be a big deal pre-cable if you got on the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
Here's a big free bet from the small blind. Yeah, patient O. So yeah, it was a big deal. You could, like, it would make your career early if you got on the Tonight Show. So anyway, both Leno and Letterman could appreciate that, but because of all the marketing, this is like the analytics that go on now in poker. They determined that they were better off doing like music acts and a lot of country western acts. So both of them put on music acts in that final segment of the show instead of comedians. And I just thought, how can you just let down the comic community and listen to all your marketers in the ratings race? How could you not put on comedians more often? So I really got upset with both of them.
Yeah.
Neither one had a comedian on that often.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there was a big pot brewing. Oh, a really big pot. Good timing, JB Johnny on Twitch. He could sense it. Orca jams 1.5 million in, and Patient lets it go.
Oh, that's really nice. That down without a flop.
Right.
You got a lot of chips there.
Did you ever watch Jimmy Fallon's Late Show before he took over the Tonight Show?
No, I did not.
I'm not a big fan of his stuff. I don't really care for it. But I gave it a chance his Late Show because I can't remember if he took over for who's the Irish guy?
Craig Ferguson,
Oh.
but that's a different network, I think.
CBS. Yeah, you're right. Because NBC versus. I love Craig Ferguson. Yeah, who? So
Yeah.
it was Conan. It was Conan. Yeah, he took over for Conan. That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I watched his first episode, and he did end with a comedian, and it was Jeselnik, Anthony Jeselnik. Do you ever listen to him at all?
I know that name. I'm trying to remember him now.
He is so amazing. His I'll tell you one of his jokes because I always love to remember this. His sense of humor is dark as hell. Dark sense of humor. Oh gosh, what's his form of it? I wanted to get a motorcycle. My mom said, "No, Anthony, don't get a motorcycle. Your father died on a motorcycle, and you can just have his." Right?
That's pretty. That's a little different, and that's pretty dark.
Yeah.
It has a weird construction. That's pretty funny.
And that's exactly how he tells it to you. It's just like, oh shit, oh my god, oh please, tomorrow when you get some rest, YouTube Jeselnik, you'll be so happy because that's every single joke he tells is that same form, and he's put so much thought and preparation into these things. It's just like, oh, it's like sitting down to a big dinner. You're just so happy if you like that kind of sense, which I know you do. Knowing you, I think I have the same taste, and yeah, it's so good.
I was originally mystified when CBS hired Craig Ferguson. It just seems shocking to me that there's not that many late night slots, and they're hiring somebody who is not a U.S. native with a heavy accent. That's kind of hard to pick up at first. I go, Jesus, we got 300 million people here. We really couldn't find somebody who spoke American for that slot, but he was really, really, really good.
Plus,
and I grew to appreciate him very quickly.
Yeah. Plus, I think his biggest highlight before that was like being on the Drew Carey show as like Drew's boss, like that stupid sitcom. Which I remember seeing. I was like, why the hell is that guy? But yeah, no, same, 100% the same. Good God, his shit was so good. He had a robot co-host.
Yeah, that threw me off at the very beginning.
Yeah.
But it's a brilliant turn, as it turns out. So yeah, a robot co-host. God, it's just so good. Yeah. So there's actually a really great game show now on Hulu. I'm watching old episodes on Hulu. I say old. It's new. It's called The Hustle. The Hustle? Yeah. That he hosts, and it's a social deception game. Which, of course, if you know poker and people who play Werewolf and all these different games where you bluff and stuff. The whole concept is getting 5 people. One person knows all the answers and is trying to throw everyone off. It's great. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, I miss Craig Ferguson's Late Show stuff. But yeah. Dark Cluster says I love Craig Kilborn too. Yeah. Yeah, I was not a Craig Kilborn guy.
Yeah, I would say I felt like he was more of a kind of we're kind of like douchey guy. I mean, maybe
Yeah, it's part of his character, and it was just too douchey for me.
yeah,
And I had so much respect for the Daily Show when that was created that I kept watching it despite him because the whole show was pretty smart.
yeah,
And then when he was replaced by Jon Stewart, I couldn't stop watching the Daily Show because
yeah,
Jon Stewart, just the goods.
yeah. No kidding. Funny. One of the, living in LA, I used to really be that tourist who'd go to all the game shows, all the free tickets. Yeah, I'll go. I went to I think 2 airings of the Daily Show back when Kilborn was the host, and he used to have musical guests. Way back, he used to have musical guests. I remember. I actually, this is like '02. I saw. Have you ever heard of Nelly before?
I did not hear of Nelly until he approached me at Annie Up for Africa, I think,
Yeah.
and he hugged me. I was like on the red carpet. We did a red carpet thing where I was wearing a tuxedo T-shirt.
Yes.
He hugged me, and he told me how much he loved the World Series of Poker on ESPN. And then I've now known Nelly since then. I followed Nelly. Yes, so I know Nelly.
That's amazing. That's so good. So yeah, Nelly had one single at the time, "Hot in Here," I think it was. Yeah, and he performed it for like 60 people who were watching the Daily Show, and I was like, and I knew who it was. I was like, this is amazing. It was a lot of fun. So there you go. There.
You reminded me one of my father's first trips to LA to visit me when my parents came. He wanted to go see The Price is Right.
Oh.
Bob Barker was still the host.
Yep.
Now I need the water. And he got really mad. He had no idea how long he was going to be in there. Like, he thought he was in and out like 45 minutes.
Oh, no.
He was, oh my God, he was so steamed. He's never going to another show. It's that you stand in line for 2 hours.
God.
They have you in there. They lock you in there. You're in there for another 2 or 3 hours. He says he's never going to another taping. I said, Dad, I didn't tell you to go to The Price is Right. You were the one who insisted.
God. And I mean, and people will stay in line starting like 5 or 6 a.m. too. That's a whole crazy world there. Yeah. I went and saw Jeopardy. I mean, very happy, of course, especially with Trebek's passing, that I did take the opportunity. With Jeopardy, they would make you sit through 3 filmings, three episodes, and Alex would always go change clothes in between, of course, to make it look like he was, But that was a lot of fun. We were there for like at least 2 hours of filming, and it's like, okay, if I'd known this, maybe I would have done this.
For sure.
My favorite show I went and saw was When Ben Stein's Money. Do you remember that one on
Yeah, I remember. That was on Comedy Central.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when Ben Stein's Money.
And Jimmy Kimmel was the MC.
Yep.
Yep. So I went and watched that with one of my because I was doing that volunteer work stuff, and one of my tour guides with me went and saw it, and as soon as the episode finished, he had to run to the bathroom, and I stood and waited. And then here comes Ben Stein walking his dog, and I got like a 3 or 4 minute conversation with him because I was standing there and his dog was peeing there as well. I'm like, well, this is awkward. Hello, Ben Stein. I don't think you want to talk to me, but here we are. We both are in this situation. Good times. Good times.
I was reading a few years ago that Ben Stein was a bit bitter that he wasn't getting more roles. I don't know what roles he was going to get, but I remember there's an old comedy from a long time ago, The Wonder Years, that was very good. I think it was on ABC, and he played like a math teacher in it, and it was really good. It was a very distinct character, and he thought he should. I don't know what other roles he was going to get. Then he had to win Ben Stein's Money. He's actually, I think he was a speechwriter for Reagan. Definitely has a political background.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, definitely has a political background, but I couldn't believe he was complaining about not getting more roles. Again, I'm not sure what he's going to be hired for. Maybe he needed a better agent.
Yeah, he was a pretty bit role type of guy. Good Lord. Yeah, even I don't know what roles he'll get either. That's crazy. Can you confirm the names real fast? Yeah, Crypto, I will. We don't know Orsinus Orca. We don't know this person at all. 1.7 million, the chip leader. Patient Zero, second in chips. This is Jesse Yaganuma. Third place in chips is Jay Saliba. That's Justin Saliba. And finally, Art Vandelay is our current short stack Jonathan Duckler gold bracelet winner. There you go. Norman, I didn't expect this to go so late. It's 1:40 in the morning. We've been live for 2.5 hours. If you ever need to call it quits.
Well, you know, I'm waking up quite early in the morning to drive the state line.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're playing that PL8
I
tomorrow.
have my Super Bowl tomorrow. It's the only online bracelet event I can play. It's a split pot game.
Yeah.
Obviously, I did not know about this obligation as recently as 3 or 4 hours ago. I'm not going to go through, what got us here. And then of course you would ask me to do one of these at some point, and you, even as I think I used the term off the air, you pimped out your kids to beg me to do one of these. I had no idea it was going to be. It's 4:40 in the morning right now, Eastern time. I live on Eastern time, even though I've been in California for 29 years.
Oh Lord.
So it's 4:40 in the morning Eastern time. I'm still in Eastern time, and I have a big event tomorrow. But I am a professional. And I am a guy who likes to be, I'm a man of commitment. I'm a man of responsibility.
Yeah.
I'm also a stupid man because I should have said no. I said no. Just in case this was going to go till 2 or 3 in the morning.
Oh shit!
I had no idea it was going to go 2 or 3 in the morning. But yeah, I actually someone else is driving. I'm going with have to be driving the majority of the trip to State Line. And of course, we're saving the 20 or 30 minutes of going further into Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And then I'm supposed to be fresh on my game. People expect me to make a deep run. They always do. So hopefully this does not have a negative effect on my performance tomorrow. And I won't even blame you if chances are I'm not going to cash. You won't be blamed at all.
Well, those are kind words. Maybe we're going to help you. Maybe with a later bedtime, you'll sleep more and you'll wake up, and that 3 p.m. start time will be the freshest Norman Shad there is. Maybe that's what.
Possible.
Hey, I'm an optimist.
You just reminded me, and I'd mentioned kidney stones earlier.
Oh God!
And it's the first time I had kidney stones. I was passing a kidney stone. I was playing in a World Series of Poker event, and I don't cash that often. And I cannot tell you the pain I was going through because of the kidney stone. I had to I won't talk about that part, but it's incredible pain for those who have tried to pass really big kidney stones. And I'm playing this event, and that event, I made the final 2 tables. It was my second deepest run ever. I got to play with Mike Sexton when we got down to 3 of that event. And the kidney stones were killing me. And I was standing up most of the time because of the back pain. And a friend of mine who was railing me the whole time said, yeah, I guess you play better. You play better because you don't play very well. You play better when you're not be able to think about it too much, because all you're thinking about is the back pain, and the pain was terrible.
Jesus.
So yeah, maybe this worked in my favor, as you just said.
Yeah, maybe. Ryan Law on Facebook says, if Norman Shad final tables tomorrow's event, I will treat him out to Carbone. Ryan Law, the only thing that has to be a stipulation we bring into this is that your attendance is not mandatory, because so that's the terms, okay? Like, yes.
That's wrong.
You can walk in and pay the bill. Norman will take a picture of you, shake your hand, and say thanks for the meal, and then you gotta go.
Are you trying to replace him in that meal that he's offering?
No.
Are you just?
No. I have no part in it. No, I'm just here helping you, negotiate the terms. That's all. I'm like your manager here, saying, "Sounds great, we'll accept, but here's the stipulation: you can't be there, Ryan. Send me your credit card information, et cetera, et cetera." There you go.
And now you just reminded me of another one of my lowest moments.
2
weeks ago, during the main event, and we were live, I had put a bounty on a friend's head. And I announced it on ESPN that if you knock out Matt Brooks, there's a bounty on him, and I will get we'll go to dinner at either Carbone in Las Vegas, and I think it was Frankie's on Melrose in Los Angeles. Your choice, And so the guy was not aware of the bounty. When he knocked out my friend, My friend told me, you get a bounty for this. He said, oh, great, whatever. He says, yeah, you get, Norman Chad off of blah, blah, blah. You either go to Carbone or you go to Frankie's. And his first reaction was, do I have to eat with you? Are you kidding me?
Oh
Anyway,
my.
he ended up he lived in Ohio or Michigan. So neither of those places was convenient for him. So I got him a gift certificate or whatever was the equivalent wherever his hometown was. And he did not have to eat with me.
Gross. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Bear with me one moment. I have to do a little bit of moderating work. 1 second, my friend. Let me just get a little closer to my keyboard here. All right. That should do it. Gotcha. Thank you. Thank you, Delts. Yeah, I didn't see the comment. That was very not cool. And banned. No timeout. No, just deleting the comment. Yeah, just ban that shit. So thank you, buddy. Nothing against you. It wasn't anything about you or anything. It was just something like really like, oh, dude, what the hell's wrong with you? Nah, we don't care for that kind of stuff in chat. Jay Saliba, getting sleepy. Jay Sleepy, all in. Is there a? I mean, you live in LA. You've got all that stuff at your fingertips. I know, of course, like Vegas. I'm exhausted by all the Vegas stuff. Like I've got friends who come. My cousin's gonna be here this weekend. We'll do strip shit and stuff like that. But usually, is there any game show you've ever wanted to be on, or any show you've ever wanted to go to?
No, it's the same thing that even though I've been a sports writer since I was in college, this is King flop. I never like going to games much. They just wore me out. Like I prefer watching them on TV. And so yeah, I do have. I used to have a lot of people visiting me, and they did want to go to late night show, game show, whatever. And I said, "You're going by yourself."
Yeah.
I never wanted to go to any. And as it turns out, we just spoke about it a little while ago. A friend of mine who did want to go to see Craig Ferguson dragged me to Craig Ferguson in maybe his next to last season, and it was just a long, painful experience. I know, and I like Craig Ferguson, and I'd watch his show, but to have to go to watch a taping, starting with standing out in line outside the CBS studio,
Yeah.
on Fairfax, it just was a long, frustrating day, and I just couldn't wait till it was done. So yeah, there's nothing I've ever wanted to go see. I'm just not a live event guy. I never go to. I don't even go to. I don't go to musical concerts. I've been to one concert in my life, and that was in college, and that's because 3 people needed a ride.
Whoa.
So yeah, I don't like going to live events a lot.
Yeah. I personally, at this point in my life, I hate crowds. My wife she always wants to go to big festivals and stuff. I'm like, that's just not me. Vegas has Life is Beautiful, and I'm like, yeah, I see there's 6 bands that we both love on that list, but no. Big bet here from Orca. 3/4 pot, nearly. Kenpachi Poker on Twitch says Norman Chad on Wipeout, maybe? Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, see, that's not gonna happen. I get disgusted just watching the promos for Wipeout.
God,
Whatever
right?
the 30-second promo is. It's not a show I would never watch, go to, or participate in.
Yeah, I have people say I'm empathetic. I don't know. Ooh, big raise, nearly all in from Art Vandelay. Big under the gun open here. 4-handed, that's risky, but works, and Mr. Dockler's benefit there. So yeah. When people describe injuries, Norman, I can feel it, and I often like, do not describe, do not go into detail. I don't give a shit what happened to you. Just shut your mouth. Don't tell me. Like man. Yeah, I can talk about my own injuries, but whenever anyone, like for instance, one night I was working at the Wynn. I used to work in reservations at the Wynn years ago when I moved to Vegas, and I was hard at work, and my wife calls me and says Lucy broke her arm. my 12-year-old. This was when she was like 5 or 6. I'm like, oh shit, and then she immediately starts to go into how it happened, and I'm like about to throw up. I'm like, no. Yeah. Anyways.
So did I make you
No. No.
go
No.
toward? That's what I meant.
No.
When I
But
mentioned IBS,
yeah.
I didn't go into any detail.
Oh.
Okay, I didn't mean to make you unsteady.
Uh,
Yeah, just make. I didn't even. I used, by the way, the initials. I didn't even spell it out, which somehow bothers people. But so I'll just keep it at IBS.
Cool story, bro. All in. Call. King 10. It's a flip. King on the flop.
Oh, this
Orca.
one's up. Vandalize. Hold on.
Yeah. Able to hold it.
And he's finally got a little breathing room. He, former chip leader at this final table for a while. He's been a short stack for a while, and now he's able to go back up to 25 bigs, and he's back in business.
Good times. No kidding. The other players at the table are not happy with that run out, but that's how it goes. No, nothing can live up to Most Extreme Challenge Show. That was comedy, says High Pop Guy. That was great, right? Oh, that was an amazing show. What was the MXC? Yeah, that's what it was. Do you remember that one, Norman? That was the one that was like a Japanese show, I think it was, and they had it dubbed, and it was just like, it was like on Comedy Central or one of those channels too. But it was like Wipeout with Japanese announcers, and good times.
Well, good times for you. I don't know if I would have watched that either. I thought I was going to watch the reboot of. I even DVR'd it. I thought I was going to watch the reboot of Supermarket Sweep. I never did.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Leslie Jones a lot. I just wasn't. I watched like the first 2 episodes. I'm like, oh, I don't like this. This feels like she is not happy here. So it just didn't feel natural. It was not. Just didn't have the right energy. What's up, Pete Robo? Please tell me Norman will be on the coverage this fall for the WSOP. Norman, take a drink of your water real quick.
Tony, I ran out of water a long time ago.
Norman Chad. So how about the CBS Sports? Are you going to be on TV this fall? He's busy. He's busy. We can't get anything out of him. Supposed to be an entire
Lines are up.
Lines are up. That's right. Yeah. Someone in chat just said we're about to have another break without. Oh my God, you're right. 4 minutes from the next break, without a single bust out. This was a deep structure.
Oh, I don't hear structure from you right now.
I'm not chainsaw. Geez, kings versus sevens. Oh, Saliba finds the king. That's it. Let's just see how close they were. Did Saliba have Orca covered? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, barely.
Oof.
Oof, indeed. Orca had the 3 bigs.
That happened in a hurry from Penthouse for Orca. He was rolling over the table for a while.
Yeah, wild. Orca had like 1.7, really had a commanding lead. And now 3 bigs, puts 2 in, not all of them. Has an option to fold, I guess. Jay Saliba says, I'll finish this off. 10-6. 6 on the flop.
He's going to finish him off.
Yeah. Kapow. 2 pair for Jay Saliba. Orca, the last unknown player, will be out in 4th place for $65,800. 3 players remain.
And how does Jay Saliba have, like 2/3 of the chips on the table? It's been an impressive performance considering he was in the middle of the pack a long time, went short, not terribly short, but bang, bang.
Yeah.
He's the favorite now.
Yeah, it's crazy. That was your pick. That was your pick too. And what really sucks, big jam here from Art Mandalay. What really sucks is that if Orca had won, kid in college in chat, the guy who gave us the false information, was going to buy me a pizza. So son of a bitch, I lose out on dinner with Norman. I have to pay for dinner, and I lost a pizza.
And you lost the pizza.
Tonight sucks. This night sucks. You were talking about the bounty you placed on a buddy of yours. I got a similar option at a Run Up Reno event, probably 2 or 3 years ago. Let me see how this hand goes first. Patient 0, all in. All right. So I'm chip leading the short deck event. I think final 3 tables. And on break, my friend Eric Goldstein says, Jesse, you're sitting with our mutual friend Pete Mall. If you knock him out, I will, and like, you'll what? Like, I'll buy you dinner. I'm like, how about this? And again, this is where my confidence sometimes just gets a little too excited. How about this? A cheese pizza or a pizza every day for a month. It's like, okay, sure. First hand back from break. I mean, as soon as this conversation ends, like literally 3 minutes later, first hand back from break, I think I'm the big blind. And I look down at Ace King, and Pete Mall jams from late position. I snap call. He turns over Ace Jack, and I start screaming as I win the hand, pizzas! And yeah, I won. I didn't take advantage of all of them. I think I ended up with like 15 or 16 pizzas, but that was a lot of fun.
So plenty. That's plenty.
Yeah.
Could have had one every day for a month.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he was an asshole. He was like, same place. Here's the price. I'm like, no, but I want to try every pizza joint in Vegas. He's like, no, you can have the same $10 pizza from that shithole. I'm like, oh, you asshole. Okay, well, so yeah, that's how it went. That's how. Hey, we got a 5-minute break. If you need to run to the bathroom, get some more water. I haven't had anything to drink in 3 hours. I'm gonna run over.
Yeah, I'm gonna do both of those things.
Yep.
Thank you very much for that suggestion.
Of course. Everybody, please stay tuned. We are down to the final 3 players. $250K up top, $84,000 guaranteed. We're hanging out with Norman Shad. How much fun is this? This is so much fun. Ask your questions in chat. He is obviously giving us his time and his energy and his this is a great night. So let's all enjoy it together. I'm going to grab a drink real quick. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay right here. Don't go anywhere. Oh, Harper, go to bed. Harper, I didn't realize you were asleep on the couch. Where's the bottle opener? Ah, there we go. Harper, go upstairs, please. Go to sleep. Go get in your bed. You fell asleep downstairs. Go to sleep. Here, go to the bathroom and go to bed, okay? Go to the bathroom first. Go over there. Make sure you close the door, okay? Love you, kid. All right, you guys. Let's see. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. This has been a lot of fun. Every Final Table stream of yours I watch, you'll have pizza for your Kin College. I like that. Let's see. Appreciate y'all. Tonight, I finished second out of 477 players. Roller, nice. What'd you win? What'd you get? There we go. In the $100 daily free roll. Oh, roller 222. GG, homie. Did only pay first place? Because that would be even better. That would be even better. We got a minute left on break. Okay. 200 Poker Tells by Joe Navarro. The book I've been reading in place of Norman Shad's book. How about Lips, number 48? Fingertips to lips. Covering of lips with fingers is indicative of insecurity or doubt. Joe Navarro, retired FBI special agent. How about number 49, the plucking of the lips? Pulling or plucking of the lips is usually associated with fear, doubt, concern, or lack of confidence. Ignore people who do this continually to pass the time. For those who rarely do it, it's a good indicator something is an issue. Boom. So, in lieu of reading your book this year on my break sessions, I've been reading Joe Navarro's 200 Poker Tells. FBI special agent, author of Read 'em and Reap.
Yeah. Okay. That tells you all you need to know. All right. Okay. Joe Navarro, I believe, was run out of the FBI because he did no investigating.
Shut up. I don't know anything about Joe Navarro except for this book. That's great.
Jack Elwood, who has his book of tells. Yeah, we used to use Joe Navarro early years of the World Series. I don't know Joe. I'm just kidding around with him. But he would give some tell stuff that I never really understood. So,
Yeah.
So you're reading from his book.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope you give it a better read than you did excerpts from my book, which I always thought you were quite dismissive in how you read it.
Your book. I'm so sad that I actually went through with it and gave it to somebody. Like I was like, ugh. That was a lot of fun though. That was a lot of fun reading your book. Yeah. I'm treating this with the respect it's due. How about that?
I gotta think about that statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times. XYZ Man says, I played a 3K guarantee last night and came 5th. And I played a $500 guarantee on Wednesday and came 1st. I was happy with those ones. Nice, buddy. Good job. Good job. It always feels good to win and run deep in the poker tournament. I played my first live bigger tournament a few months ago. In a while, I went to San Diego for the Run Good series. And I had to work for Poker News, but I got to play for 3 days. And on day 2, I made a bag in a deep stack event. And I was so happy because I hadn't even had the opportunity to play in a baggable event in years and years with my jobs and stuff. But final table that one for something, 1,000, something like that. That was fun.
Now, being around poker as much as you have to be,
Yeah.
the last few years, does it at all? Does it ever zap the desire you have to play poker because you're surrounded so much, or does it make you want to play more because you don't get the opportunity to play as much as you want and you're seeing everybody else play?
For me, poker is like a vacation now. It's like let's say you live in LA. A lot of people go to LA for vacation, but you experience vacation when you travel abroad or you're traveling across the country. Something maybe. That's what it is for me at poker. Like I don't play in Vegas hardly at all. Like I went to the Resorts World Poker Room opening on night number 1. For that to be there and for Poker News, and I played some cash, but I live 4 blocks from a poker room at Santa Fe Station, and I'm okay. But running up Reno, San Diego's Run Good series, there are stops like that are fun and entertaining that I look forward to, but beyond that, okay, World Series of Poker, yeah, I'll be playing the employee event. And I'm offered, because of my role at Poker News, I can play in only one other Bracelet event this coming fall. So of course I want to try to figure out what to play and
Which one to play?
Yeah. So right now I'm thinking about the tag team event. It's on Halloween night. Norman, are you going to be in Vegas? Let's not even talk about broadcasting stuff, but because the main event's later. Late October 31st. Any chance you might be in the city of Las Vegas, Nevada?
I don't know my exact October schedule. I'm going to be in Las Vegas, I know, for at least 1 to 2 weeks out of October. I don't know my exact schedule yet, so yeah, I don't know about October 31st.
Well, let's say if you are, would you be willing, if you aren't already committed to anything, but would you be willing to be my tag team partner in the?
Okay, I am not commitment phobic, but I I'm a really bad choice for you. That's
Oh,
the tag team is a fun event.
yeah.
It's a low buy-in too, right? Isn't it
Yeah.
like $1,000 buy-in or
I
something?
think it's $500 each. I think it's like, yeah, $1,000 total.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Uh, so yeah, it's unfortunately it's no limit hold'em.
Yeah.
I do not lie to people when I tell them how bad I am at no limit hold'em.
Yeah.
So I do not want to cripple my partner, whoever the partner would be. So it's not a good idea. I appreciate the offer.
Oh.
If I got flattered, I would be flattered here. So I
So,
would just politely decline and tell you to find some. If you're going to play the event, find somebody who gives you,
so
a fighting chance.
let me tell you what my real focus and energy is in this. My whole thing is I want to dress in costume. I don't, so I told Chad my hope was to find someone who would dress up as Batman with me, and then at the table we would only speak in Batman deep voice. That was one of my goals. So obviously it's not really the poker; it's more of the having a fun time at a poker table. That
Yes, that's a great idea on your part.
yeah. So I don't really care about the skill. I care more about the stories and the fun energy that my teammate would bring to the table with me. So I'm very picky. I've had some offers from good poker players. I'm like, yeah, maybe. Like Ryan Lang would be someone I'd be cool with because I like his sense of humor. So as you as you don't consider this at all, but that would be what I would ask from you is, hey, if you want to be goofy on Halloween night and wear maybe we could wear at least like matching clothes or something, if not a costume. That would be like I just want to have fun and give people at the poker table a good time. That's all.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I mean, the answer is probably still going to be no.
Sure.
But that is your best. With me, that's your best chance to have me say yes. I really like your attitude and sensibility on that. All in from patient 0, but it goes no resistance. Yeah, it's a great idea. And again, I'm not necessarily. Again, you'd be flexible on the thing. Like it didn't have to be Batman and Robin.
No, of course not. God. Yeah. Like, even if we just wore we both went to some store and got matching clothes. Like okay, we'll both wear.
Yep.
Weird like Easter pink shorts and a button-down shirt with a tie or some bullshit. Like we could figure something out. No.
I'm not wearing shorts.
Okay, how about tuxedos? Would you wear a tuxedo with me?
Of course.
Yeah. Oh, let's do that. There you go. Tuxedo tag team. I mean that'd be great.
Yeah.
Who was the? I'm so bad. I mean, there's just so many players who I like. I know his name. I just have to ask Shirley. Hi, Pulshare. By the way, hi, Pulshare. Poker News teammate, friend, all in from Jay Saliba. Who's the guy that wore the not the recent tuxedo at the final table, but there's another guy who wore like a blue suit, really classy at the final table.
In recent years,
Yeah.
a blue suit, blue. I do remember blue. I could have sworn that Max.
Max. Yeah, that's it. It's definitely Max.
It was Max.
Yeah, Max Steinberg.
Max had a great ensemble. He kept. Would you say Max?
Steinberg, is it?
Steinberg, yes, Max
Yeah.
Steinberg. Max had a great ensemble. He was wearing a couple different years where he just had a different great look for different days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved watching. Plus, he was fun to watch play too. He plays a little differently.
Whoa.
And,
Whoa, huge hand. Ace King versus Ace 10. Can we fade a jack? Yes.
Yes, and
Jay Saliba has almost all the chips. Patient 0. Oh, mama. Out in third place. Patient 0. That was Jesse Yaganuma. Great first name, by the way. $84,600. And we're there. Heads up. The money's on the table. This is what we came here for. 253K up top. 48K for second place. Fantastic money here. Big mountain for Art Vandelay to climb. Jonathan Doker.
Jay Saliba starting three dots. Jay Saliba. They're back and forth. Yep. I think that's almost like doing like a fist bump before heads up begins.
Yep. GG. Good luck.
Begins the heads up with a 4-1 chip lead.
Yeah, crazy. Poolshire says, yeah, he was also the first one to bust on day 1B in the 2018 main event in the first hand of the day. Oh, that's the worst. You dress up real nice. You're bringing a good energy, and boom, out. Brutal. Yeah, that'd be fun, Norman. If it were to happen, which I know it's slim odds, but that would be a fun. Because that's honestly, like I told you, for me, I'm around this stuff all the time. When I play, I want to play for fun. I don't have any expectations of a poker career. I'm not gonna come on. I always tell everyone my biggest victory on Hendon Mob is the fact that they put my Batman picture from an event at Run Up Reno from like 5 years ago. Once they approve that, I'm like, I'll never be happier on my Hendon Mob page. So that's my whole goal, is just have fun.
Is that still on your Hendon Mob page, or did they change it?
It is. No, it's still on there. Oh yeah.
To take a look at that.
Oh yeah, I'll make sure you do. It's good stuff. All right. Oh, Jay Saliba starts it in the right direction, turns a flush, and has Art Vandelay down to 11 bigs. Not the direction Jonathan was trying to find himself in.
No, and Jonathan I mentioned earlier when we started about we've had a couple other players win their second gold bracelet this year, Ryan Jolie and Ryan Lang, and that is what Jonathan is trying to do right here, get his second gold. But he is quite the underdog at this point.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Jay Saliba has an 8-1 chip advantage. Whoa, Jesus. This is going to be it. Oh, my goodness. Well.
I bet you Jay Saliba does not have a king.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, he does.
Oh, he does. Shocker. What in the world? Didn't see that one coming.
Got a bracelet.
Didn't see that one coming. Oh, man, alive. Let's replay that last hand real quick. Oh, this was fun. Oh. All right, so it was button flatted. That was it. That was all that Jonathan Duckler needed. When the button just flats, jam anything because you think you can get a fold. Jay Saliba was playing tricky. Had king jack, flops a king, turns. Yeah, it's over. Over. So,
Very, very nice final table performance for him.
Oh, no kidding. No kidding. First place, $253,800 going to Jay Saliba and the gold bracelet. That's Justin Saliba. Art Vandelay, Jonathan Dokler comes just short of his second gold bracelet. Takes home a decent second place prize of $148,050. That was fun. Let me see who we're going to throw a raid to real fast. How about, let's see, who's online with a small audience. They'll have a fun time with a raid. That's not going to happen. Is this a table that we approve? Yes, it is. All right. We're going to go to this is great. This guy has 6 viewers. I do bro playing on GG Poker. He is going to love this. Please do me a favor, y'all. We support Twitch Poker. When you go over to his channel, hit the follow button really fast. It's free. Say something in chat like hello, and that will make Twitch love him. So we're going to send the raid to I Do Poker. Norman, I really appreciate you. You are a gift to the poker community. I always say that to everyone I get a chance to. I really do appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for.
I appreciate it, Jesse. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for jumping in with us. Any last words from you, my friend? Anything else you want to say to the group?
No, I'm actually. Hold on a second. Yeah, I need an Uber 8 a.m. to State Line. $480.
Oh God.
Okay, that's fine. I can get Trailways or Greyhound. Thank you. No, I appreciate you having me on here. It's always fun to be on these live streams. I'm glad the online is working out so well for the WSOP, and it's just going to be growing by leaps and bounds the next few years. So I'm glad we're here on the ground floor, and I'm glad that I'll be playing tomorrow on no sleep. But I think your philosophy on that is pretty good. It's going to help me. Good, my friend. Well, all right, everybody. Good night. Enjoy I Do Bro. We'll see you next time. Raid is sent. YouTube, Facebook. It's been a lot.